First of all, I have one question to ask you.
Am I blind when I'm born?
Yeah. Are you blind when you're born? Can you see in the dark? Do you look at a king? Will you sit on his throne? I forget.
Should I answer yes to all of those things?
If you were, and you are, you're a Jellicle cat. And Jellicle cats, Jellicles can, and Jellicles do. Jellicles do, and Jellicles can. You'll find out. They'll say it about 500 times.
Welcome to the Crooked Table Podcast, where we discuss the world of film from a fresh angle. And now your host, Robert Yaniz Jr.
Welcome to the Crooked Table Podcast. This is Rob. On this show, we democratize the film criticism conversation, but I'm not even going to finish that sentence because this episode is our 5th Crooked Commentary. After 4 months of pestering Kai to watch the bizarre, really twisted experience that is Cats, the 2019 film directed by Tom Hooper, we finally sat down and recorded a commentary track about it, and I was so bizarrely and inexplicably excited to do so that we completely forgot to record the opening to the episode. So that's why I'm doing this now. You will also not hear the trailer audio for a couple reasons. One, we forgot to cue up the trailer audio where I would normally drop that in one of these episodes. And two, the trailers for the most part were all music, and I don't want to get dinged by YouTube or any other illegal, restrictive, and I don't want to get in any hot water. Let's not get. I'm trying to think of a cat analogy for that, but coming up a little short. So anyway, this is Kai and I talking about Cats from 2019, directed by Tom Hooper, and good luck with this, everybody. Have a Jellicle time. Did I tell you when we were doing the When Harry Met Sally thing that this was going to be the next one? Was it already established then?
Oh, man.
I think so, because I had already seen it. Yeah, because we did that right before New Year's Eve. And this came out, right before Christmas, I think?
Yeah, and you've been talking about this movie incessantly since then.
I have. I apologize to no one because it's awesome. It's awesomely bad. So I don't want to.
VH1 episode.
I am kind of VH1. This is awesomely bad movie. It's a VH1. I need Joel McHale or Hal Sparks, who you got confused the other night. We were watching the first episode of Community. What we should probably get a lay of the land. We are eating an invention of mine called peanut butter and Jellicle sandwiches.
But technically, it's actually almond butter.
It is almond butter and Jellicle sandwiches.
We don't have peanut butter in the house, and now with the pandemic, it's hard to find almond butter too.
It's true. We might end up having peanut butter next time because we won't have any option.
You think so?
I don't know.
I feel like peanut butter would be the fail-safe.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But then again, maybe.
But there are more brands of peanut butter.
Yeah.
And more of it in stock, I would think.
But it's more cost-effective.
Yeah, that's true.
Versus almond butter, it's
anyway,
like $10. Anyway.
Not related.
But isn't it?
I mean, it is based on. So we're eating our peanut butter and Jellicle sandwiches while we're doing essentially the pre-show before we start this movie, which is an hour and 49 minutes long.
Oh my God, really?
It's not that long. It's like could have been like it's 2 hours and 45 minutes. You'd be like, fuck you. You just throw your sandwich on the ground and walk out. So first of all, Kai, what was your reaction when you saw the trailer for this? And what are your expectations going in? And then I'll explain my history with it, I guess.
I feel like when the trailer dropped, I heard criticisms about the movie, like right then, because the trailer looked so weird, and it did kind of seem like already off the bat, nobody wanted to see this movie. They were already panning it. And I also don't know that much about Cats, the Broadway show, so I didn't have very many expectations. Clearly, the Broadway show is a classic. But, I mean, it didn't really look that interesting to me. I only do recall that the person that was cast as Victoria was number one at the was like the number one ballerina at the London.
Oh, in the movie, not on the show, though. Yeah.
Yeah, London Ballet.
Francesca Hayward, who
Yes.
we're gonna get into a lot of things in this movie that are a mess and that don't work. I think she's actually not that bad in it, considering what she's working with, and obviously, she can sing and she can dance, and she was nominated for a Razzie because she got wrapped into the whole hate of this movie. But I really kind of hope this movie doesn't destroy her film career.
I mean,
because she's very talented.
the thing is, I think it's also, in a way, like kind of a once in a lifetime opportunity for someone like
of
her,
course.
because ballet right now doesn't really get as much focus as it did in the decades ago, and I think a lot of times ballerinas don't necessarily even want to be in movies because it's hard. It's hard to break out from dancing to a movie, but this was like her opportunity.
Well,
so,
that kind of dancing too.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're a hip hop dancer, you can be in the the Honey reboot whenever they do that in a couple of years,
So
probably.
Cats, the Broadway show, is ballet, right?
Kind of. It's very dance. Just as I took a bite.
Or is it like jazz?
It's more. It's like Broadway songs, but it's very dance focused, and because everybody's playing cats, spoilers, they all have those like sensual movements and like very like you've seen me kind of do around the house in the last couple of months, like a crazy person, or at least try to do around the house. That kind of slinky kind of gracefulness that cats can have sometimes in real life. So they try and embody that, and I think that takes a certain amount of physical training. And you'll see there's a lot of dancing in this movie. In fact, you'll probably like, and I said this to you the other day, you'll probably like the portions of this movie where nobody's singing, where they're just dancing better than you will the actual like crazy shit.
Yeah, it's possible.
So I also wanted to make it clear, do you have more you wanted to add before I move on to something else related?
Well, I just know that Cats on Broadway was one of those Broadway shows I wanted to see because before it retired, because it's been around since what, the 70s?
81, I think.
No.
And 81 in London, probably 82 or 70, 83, maybe like that, in Broadway itself.
But I've only seen the other Frank Lloyd Webber Broadway.
Andrew
musical,
Lloyd Webber.
Oh.
You're combining Frank Lloyd Wright and Andrew Lloyd Webber.
I am. Andrew Lloyd Webber we saw Phantom of the Opera.
Which is also a movie that has problems, but it doesn't go as big as this one does. So I didn't have really any familiarity with the movie except, when the movie with this show, I hadn't seen it. I'd seen, of course, little clips every once in a while when they come to town, like Cats is here in town, and I'd see people in, with the makeup and stuff. But like, what the hell is going on? This is weird.
In Tampa?
I was here like a long time ago, when it was touring and stuff. And I never really understood what the hell was going on. Obviously, Memory, everybody knows Memory, which you'll hear Jennifer Hudson sing. So I was familiar with it very vaguely. I had no idea what the plot was. And when I heard that this movie was coming up, me being a movie person, of course, read through the Wikipedia page. I was like, wait, what? Jellicle ball, heaviside layer? What the hell is going on? And my understanding was, so it's basically just, hi, I'm this cat. This is what I do. Next cat. Hi, I'm the next cat. And this is what I do. Okay, it's over. Pretty much that
And
for 2
The Blind
hours.
As You're Born is the exposition?
The Blind As You're Born is the introduction, the first line of the movie, sung in the movie. Because you have an overture, and then the first song is Jellicle Songs for Jellicle Cats, which is, are you blind when you're born? That whole thing. And it's in the movie, Victoria being brought into the world of the Jellicle Cats.
Was she brought into the world? Was she like a kitten?
Well, you're about to see. You're about to see how
No,
what
I think
happens.
we should just talk about it.
We're about to see. No, we'll get there. Because I don't want to see. So Kai's very scared for some reason because I built this up for 4 months probably.
He's still playing.
I'm still playing the music.
soundtrack.
It's some of the songs are guilty pleasures, and I'm like, this sucks, but I kind of like it because it annoys Kai now. And our daughter knows some of the words to some of them, which is cute. And it's a PG-rated movie, so as long as if the CG doesn't terrify you, there's nothing in it that's super objectionable. It's just like people doing cat stuff, which is weird.
And dancing roaches, from what I heard.
Yeah, we'll get there. Oh, the mice are even worse. So I was curious. I was kind of like, I don't know if I want to see that. It seems terrible. And everybody's like, it's terrible. I'm like, yeah, okay, it looks terrible. And then we went to see something else, Jumanji or something. And our daughter was like, I was like, you want to see that? She was like, yeah, I want to see that. I was like, really?
No, I thought that she saw the trailer right away, and she's like, I want to see that.
But we saw something else before the movie came out. Like, I don't know what movie we saw. Maybe not Jumanji, because that was
the
too...
movie that... It was a movie in the...
I remember what it was.
That it kind of hammered it home that she wanted to see this movie.
And I was like, all right, I'll take her to see it. I'm curious. Curiosity killed the cat. So I took her to see it. We get in there, kind of slip in there right as it's starting. So I just race in and get a close-ish seat. Pretty soon in, she's like, I don't like this. I don't like this. I need to go. I was like, it's okay, honey. We'll be fine. Whatever. She was honest. Ironically, she was weirded out by Macavity, which is actually the song she seems to enjoy the most. Because the bad guy. She's got an issue with bad guys in movies and stuff. Hence Ratatouille and things like that.
Yeah.
So she periodically says this, and then about 40 minutes in, with the old Deuteronomy scene, which we'll get to, she's like, I don't like this. I want to get out of here. I'm like, okay. I mean, at this point, I'd been fighting her off for like 20, 30 minutes in the movie. She's making noise. There's a few people like there. So I was like, all right, I don't want to like, this is weird. I get it. She's uncomfortable. It's fine. So we went home and that was the end of it. Then it was like
movies around Christmas time that she doesn't want to be in. Because Aquaman, the same thing happened.
Yeah.
And it was around Christmas.
Like November, late November, December. So then for the next several days, I had cats kind of haunting my dreams. Like literally, like I was like, I think I got a cold around there too. And so I was like having bad dreams about the Cats movie because I had it was like
Unfinished business.
Yeah, unfinished business. So I went to see it and I don't, from the beginning, and I saw the whole thing and I was like, this is what it feels like to be, I've never really done drugs. And I said this on friends of the show, Bree and Candace, on Geeky Girl Gab. I was on their show talking about cats, and we had a whole like, what the hell did we just watch kind of thing. And I was the one on there that was like, actually, did I kind of like it as a guilty pleasure thing? And this is what we'll talk about on here. I want to make it clear because we're about to start the movie. I want to make it clear that I'm not here to just tear this apart, because this movie costs like $100 million. There's a lot of talented people in it. There's a lot of visual effects artists that did a lot of work that doesn't work, but it was what they were paid to do. And that's why they took real umbrage with the joke that James Corden and Rebel Wilson did on the Oscars, making fun of cats. Like, oh, what a shitty CG we had in our movie. And they're like, well, fuck you guys. We worked our asses off and to make a certain deadline as a release date that the studio had, and you're going to turn around and like double finger us on the Oscars. So that's kind of, so I want to make sure we are being respectful to a lot of work went into this. I don't think a lot of it works, but it's also, this is the material that they were adapting. Like the play.
That's what you were telling me, that you heard that even the Cats show was really weird too.
Yeah, the show is weird. The show has no plot. The music is this. So it's kind of to a certain level.
It's bringing to the mainstream the Cats Broadway show.
Yeah, which is itself kind of divisive in the theater community. I understand. Like some people are all in on Cats, and some people are like real theater, like who consider themselves real theater people, are like, oh, that's populist nonsense. We don't bother with that. It's kind of like film people, like people that go to movies are like, I love the Transformers films, and the critics are like, oh, that's not a real movie. It's kind of like that. Cats has sort of a reputation. So we want to make sure that, I don't want to like disparage the people who did the work behind the movie. I just think that this kind of material, either you're going to make a really boring movie from it, or you're going to make a very strange movie from it. And I give them, I give them props. They had Jellicle balls to make this movie and to pull it off, which is why I wrote an article for cheatsheet.com about how this should win the Razzie for worst movie of the year, because it took a lot of big swings, and a lot of them didn't work, but they tried something different, and there's no movie that's like this, for better or worse. So, I've never made a movie, so I give a lot of credit to people that can make things, because I haven't. So, it's why something like Tusk by Kevin Smith, a movie about a guy who turns another guy into a walrus, not exactly an Oscar-winning kind of thing, but he had a vision in his head, and, he pulled his resources together and he made it happen. So that's kind of the thing with Cats as well. So before we started, you had something you want to add?
Yeah, it sounds like Taylor Swift had the best defense of the movie and why she did it, where she just said, I got to work with the best dancers in the world and the best, the best
you also
music.
saw her picture right there.
Yeah, she's like front and center.
She's literally in 5 minutes.
Yeah, except she's in the most popular song.
Right.
So, and I think that that's kind of the best way to have handled it is, actors, they take the brunt of a movie that does badly because they're front and center.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it can ruin their career. And
that's why I was saying about Francesca Hayward. I'm like, you'll see, she's got a nice voice. She can dance and stuff. Like, I hope she doesn't get caught up in this, because James Corden's going to do just fine. He's moving on. He's got his TV talk show and all that other stuff. So, and his scenes are obviously much worse, and like actually some of the like cringe-inducing in the movie. But
There's a lot of British cats.
yeah, well,
for
it started
Jessica
on the British stage.
I guess that
Barbarossa,
makes sense. Yeah.
So also to clarify, unlike previous Crooked commentaries, Kai has never seen this movie. She's going to be listening to it. We're going to be listening to the movie in one ear while we're talking to each other and hearing each other out of the other ear. So Kai, if you have any questions and you're like, I don't understand what the hell this is, or you want to crack jokes about it or point out anything cool that you noticed or whatever, just go for it. And, other than that, it'll kind of be our general regular Crooked commentary thing. Just want to clarify that for listeners. Kai doesn't know what she's about to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's been preparing. Rob has
Good
been preparing
segue.
me for this for weeks
Tormenting
now.
you, more like it,
and
but
I think he actually got the Blu-ray like what Wednesday,
I
Tuesday
did.
or Wednesday or something.
Yes, I did. Do you want me to wait here? Or just go for it?
Go for it.
Okay, I'm on the Universal logo. The U is coming around. Is this too loud or you need me to bring it down at all?
I don't hear anything actually, so.
That's not good. Is it pairing?
No.
Oh boy, give me that. All right, technical difficulties, folks. Give me this a second. So keep talking about cats.
I didn't know it was a Universal movie.
Oh, yeah, Universal's having a rough time.
Oh, because
Because Universal also did Doolittle, which just came out and was made like no
so
money.
maybe they're animal movies. that
Yeah,
should-
right? Earbuds joined. There you go.
Oh.
Yeah, it got disconnected because this is the main one, I guess. And that's like this. So it got disconnected from the other one. So I'm going to restart. Sorry, listeners at home. I'm going to restart from 0000. Yeah, okay. You ready?
Yes.
Okay, hitting play on Cats. You should hear the universal fanfare. If you don't, do you?
I do.
Okay, good.
How could I miss out on that?
Done. So I need to still finish my peanut butter and Jellicle. So you didn't know this was a Universal movie? Any final thoughts before you're going to find out if we're blind and when we're born and stuff?
Well, we're drinking Stella Rose wine, green
Stella Rosa?
Stella Rosa red apple flavor.
Interesting.
Did you try it yet?
No, I have not tried it yet because I've been busy yapping about
It's a dessert
cats.
wine, which is perfect with our almond butter and jelly.
That's what I was thinking. It's almost like someone planted that. Well, the Jellicle thing. Oh, no. Amblin Entertainment. I forgot that.
This is Steven Spielberg?
I guess.
Oh, wow. Well, he'll be fine.
Oh, yeah. So here, it's a moon, and then you drop right back. And it's
It's a
descent.
cat.
It's a descent into madness.
Is that what that's supposed to mean?
I mean, I think it is. Because you see the sky, and then you're like, whoop, right into it. All right. The Egyptian.
It really does look like
cat.
a theater set.
It's cool. The art direction is kind of neat. Look at that.
It's the shame that this movie did so badly because the movie was supposed to get the song was supposed to get nominated for an Oscar, and I think they felt a lot more.
It's well
promise with
shot and stuff. It's just the general, like the premise is unadaptable. I think
It
is
looks
the problem.
uncomfortable to like be slinking around like that.
I know.
Like, I guess because I think about my back, and I don't have a very good back. To
Well,
just
these are
move around
dancers
like
who are
that.
trained for that.
I guess.
Well, look at the
They have
colors.
a lot
And
more
look,
flexibility
see,
than I do.
Tom Hooper's an Oscar-winning
Who are
director.
these people that wear heels? These are not cats.
No, this is the only non-cat you see in the movie, actually.
It looks like a cat. Oh,
No, not
is
the
that?
lady there.
She's dumping out cats.
A cat. Isn't that fucked up?
That is. Well, people do that all the time. It's
I know, isn't that
terrible.
dark?
Well, how
In a
they
dark and
have
shitty way. Yeah.
like, are they? I'm impressed that they're like crawling around on the.
I know. I don't think they're crawling vertically up stuff. That's just camera tricks.
Some
But
of
he's
these
doing
people are
that.
not- but some of the people are not dancers. That looks really. I don't know. I can't.
Well, that guy is Robbie Fairchild, who is an actual theater person.
Oh, was that Jason Derulo I just saw?
I don't think so. Not yet.
So basically, all the cats that are slinking around are like the dancers because they're more flexible and graceful, and
I
then
think
the actors are more the Jellicle cats.
Yeah. I mean, they're all Jellicle cats, but
Wow, he's got some claws. I
Yeah, I
knew
know.
it was her. Wow,
so Victoria in the show,
they really like bulk up their shoulders.
they do. Victoria in the show is a very, very minor character, but in this movie they made her a main character so that she's like new to the Jellicle world. So everybody's singing to her, because when you go to see the show, you're the audience at the Jellicle ball, basically.
Oh,
Oh, look, are you blind when you're born?
oh.
Yeah, you can. wish the volume went higher on this thing. So obviously there's a lot of weird combination of CG and... How are you thinking about the CG faces so far here?
It's not so bad.
I think it looks better on the actors that you don't recognize because you don't have any context. You know what I mean? When you see like Jennifer Hudson's face.
Unless they fixed it when you saw it in the theater.
I mean, they fixed it while it was in theaters, some things, because they left like Judi Dench's hand undone. Like it was her human hand with her wedding ring on it and everything. They didn't figure out how to fix it.
That's weird.
That's Mistopheles, the magical cat.
Right.
Is it weird to see the visuals to the song you've heard 400 times the last 4 months?
Her ears move a lot.
Yeah, they do. She's very curious. Isn't that like a cat thing? You're a cat person. I'm not.
They are curious.
I'm not a cat person. This is the most I've ever spent time with cats. Not just watching this, like listening to this.
Is Metaskopheles, is he a dancer guy too?
Yes, I think so. But see, at least the people, there's a lot of great performances in this movie by people who are not famous. Like this guy. I think this guy's got a great voice. That's why I like to sing Are You Blind When You're Born? Because his like, are you blind when you're born? He's got a very soulful voice. And now I feel weird talking through this because you've never seen it, but they're just telling you it's Jellicle songs for Jellicle cats.
This reminds me of La La Land.
I could see some of the, it's kind of going for an old Hollywood like throwbacky vibe with the way it's laid out, you know, like with the backdrops and very neon colored.
But that's what La La Land was trying to do.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what you're talking about.
That's the connection that I'm saying that you're making.
Yeah. Like they have a big ensemble song in the beginning of the movie that kind of gives exposition and then it's going to go into the rest of the movie.
Right. Look at that. Look how cool that looks. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like this, the characters look creepy or whatever, but the art, it's okay. This is my jam. This is like when you go to a club at the Jellicle Ball, it's like,
Whoa, oh my God. One of those looked really creepy. She was like, ugh.
But they're human cats. Is there a way to make this that's not creepy? You know what I'm saying?
She looked like she wanted to bite me.
She probably did. So
yes, you can definitely tell these are the ballerinas.
Yes. See on the dancing?
They're ballerinas.
It's like on the one hand, I'm like, this is creepy and weird. But on the other hand, I'm like, look at this. This is a movie that people made.
Are they wearing motion capture or they
I've heard mixed things.
Or are they wearing onesies?
There's your boy, Macavity.
He doesn't look that scary.
Yeah.
But I guess to a 3-year-old.
Well, yeah, to a 3-year-old. She's like, I gotta get out of here.
The cat and the canary.
Yeah, everything is, it's like, we're entering the world. Like we start in the human world and then we enter. This was Candace's explanation, I think, or Brie. One of them had because I was like, are we in a human world or a cat world? Because like everything is a human world, and then all of a sudden everything's like the milk joint. Like there's a bar in this place that they're gonna go that only serves milk because they're cats. You know what I mean? That kind of thing.
Even though cats are not supposed to drink milk.
Yeah, well,
thanks a lot, cats.
It's a misconception. So see the milk thing over there. Everything's there's such detail in some of that stuff. There she is.
She looks very confused, but also
she's
intrigued.
never been here.
Looks intrigued.
And she's a cat. And, she's a
his
kitten.
Face?
Which part? Macavity?
Does he have like scars on his face?
He might have had a rough time.
Or is that like angles of the light?
It could be both.
Like, I wonder if these people wearing like one-piece leotards.
I think they're definitely doing that. Well, then on the show.
Are they breakdancing?
Kind of, they are. I was going to say, I think I've seen some things that say they had motion capture dots on. And then I've seen some things that said that they didn't want to do that. And that's why it looks weird, because they're just, the visual effects artists are having to map it onto their face without the dots to guide them. So it's unclear. I've seen mixed things on that. I'm really going to listen to the commentary because I got to see what Tom Hooper has to say about this.
Victoria is a pretty cat. They have like those white cats with
exactly.
Like little dots on them.
But we need her in here because otherwise there's no reason for them to explain they think they're explaining what a Jellicle cat is. I still don't get it.
So she came into the right time because now they're all trying to vie to be Jellicle.
Yeah, this is the night of the Jellicle Ball.
How did she know? Well,
she
ahead of
didn't
her
know.
own.
It's just happenstance. Sounds for Jellicle cats. The other weird thing here is that
nice to spend that time
because these people are might as well get this out of the way. Is because these here comes your boy going to the ball. Macavity, he's scary. He's wearing a hat. This is the cat I'd want to be. Macavity. Idris Elba is pretty fun in this because he leans into it. No one like Macavity.
How come you don't play this song?
Because the only one on Spotify is the highlights of Cats, so they don't have every little. He's only going to sing a few lines.
Oh.
He does say the Napoleon of crime later, as our daughter likes to say. One moment. So he's
all about being a villain in 2019.
so he's magic. Macavity's magic, but Mistopheles is also magic. There's a bunch of magic people, and apparently Macavity.
Do we know any magic cats?
I know, right? I don't think Macavity had the same powers in the play, and I don't think Mistopheles was in it the whole time. Like, they made him more present in here. Look, they already hissed. That's the first of about 5 million cat puns you're going to hear in this. It's like freaking Mr. Freeze with ice. Oh, everybody has different names.
Just sad that she got dumped out by her owner, but she still has a name.
The naming of cats, Kai. God, here we go.
These cats seem prissy.
Oh, this is Munkastrap, I think is what this guy's name is, my buddy here. I have 3 different names.
So, is it possible that they just mapped on a cat's body, like a real cat's body, and then just left their face? Because some of the fur does look lifelike.
Yeah, I mean it's digital.
I'm also kidding, but
the whole thing is the whole thing is the digital fur. I'm sure they had some kind of leotard thing on, but that's the thing. If they couldn't, they have just had these people be in like makeup, like on the show. I mean, we have good makeup now, and that would have eliminated that. And then just add the tails in afterwards with CG or something. Why
what
do you
about
have
their head though, where the cat with the cat hair?
Well, makeup and stuff, man. They turn Eddie Murphy into bigger Eddie Murphy. You turn like people into apes and shit like that. I mean, there's other ways to do that. I mean, that was mocap, but
how did they do the Nutty Professor? I don't remember.
That was prosthetics.
Oh
makeup
yeah,
and stuff.
that's right.
Like, there's a lot of other things out there. Look at all the Marvel stuff or like Star Wars stuff and all the things they do with makeup and practical effects.
Oh, she did the ballet slide.
Yeah, see? Yeah, see?
I think
you got
what you
some
said,
of that.
though. Like, they want to do CGI for everything now.
I know. And I feel like that might have been the big flaw here. There was actually talk in the 90s, and I did an article about this.
Did they do something about the nipples? I read that.
They did something about there's no buttholes in this. There was apparently at one point a butthole cut where all the cats had digital buttholes added. I don't know who thought that was an idea that was anybody wanted. Okay, so this is the perfect time to mention it. The problem here is that they're cats, but they're dancing around and they're being all like seductive, and it's confusing because they're being sexy, but they're cats, so they all look like they want to have sex with each other.
She has hands too.
You know what I mean? And there's a whole like furry debate like grew out of this movie about how is this like is this a movie made for the furries, people that like hairy
I
people
remember that from the trailer.
and are attracted to that. Yes, you do remember that from the trailer because this is all like
She doesn't even know
close
this cat.
sensual
She's just,
things and like
dancing all
a lot of their
seductive.
performances. It's weird. It's off-putting when you're like, but they're cats, but they look like they want to fuck constantly. It's like a very horny
And they
movie.
still
You know
have-
what I mean?
And they still have hands and feet.
Yeah, a
They
little
don't even
bit.
have ballet shoes on. It's their feet.
I mean, or maybe it's underneath the thing.
I saw her toes.
See, you seem to like the dancing part. That's what I said.
I saw toes.
Look at her. So she's
She
pretty.
looks so sad.
Oh, magical cat. One of like 400 in this movie.
How did this guy get such a big role?
I know. I don't know much about him. But they wanted to do a version of this in the 90s. Spielberg was actually going to produce that too. Maybe that's why Amblin's still involved,
He
actually.
must really like this play.
They were going to do a thing in the 90s where they were going to do an animated movie based on cats. And there's some concept art for it and everything. Where he had done an animation studio called Amblination in the 90s. And they did 5 Goes West, and they did Balto, and they did We're Back, A Dinosaur Story. And they were going to do an animated version of Cats. And the point of my article was I think that in a way kind of would have been worse. Because what makes cats cats, one, is that it's really weird. And two, that it's so focused on dancing. You can't appreciate the skill it takes for people to dance if you're watching cartoon characters dance. You know what I mean?
True.
So it would have felt like Aristocats or something instead of something unique and specific to the spirit of the show. Which is also weird.
Right.
Like I said. Did he mention the heavy side layer?
He just did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jellicle's asked because Jellicle's dare. What does that mean? So one person gets chosen to go to the heaviside layer, which is their version of heaviside layer, far up in the sky.
So did Andrew Lloyd Webber write this?
This is based on a collection of T.S. Eliot poems that are all like, there's a bunch of them about different cats. That's how you get the different songs and things like that. So it's kind of inspired by that. I don't know if it's taken word for word exactly, but Andrew Lloyd Webber obviously composed all the music. And I think the music's actually pretty good and catchy, even when the lyrics are nonsensical.
He didn't write it?
I don't know if he writes the lyrics and the music. I think, no, he definitely does the music. He's the composer, though, Andrew Lloyd Webber. Oh, he has a Gumby cat in mind, guy.
Oh, jeez.
Here we go. You're going to rebel right here. And it was Jenny Annie Dots. She's a tabby. This is actually one of the weirder sequences in the movie, which you'll find out. Look. What is? I don't really care much for Rebel Wilson generally.
Is she gonna hack up a hairball?
There is hairball hacking. I don't know if she does it, but that does happen later. Everything you can think of with cats happens at one point in this movie. Somebody hacks up a hairball. Somebody
also known as a joke. She's a comedian.
Yeah.
And so that also doesn't help with the seriousness of this movie.
But I don't think this scene is. But that's the other question. Is this movie trying to be serious? I don't know.
I don't know if they know.
The tone. That's part of what the problem is. I think it starts off kind of earnest, and then you have Rebel Wilson scratching her, for lack of decorum, cooch, her cat cooch, basically, and dancing around the living room. Like some of it's like very blatantly goofy, and some of it's supposed to be played a little straighter. And I don't think it balances that transition well. She's singing into, what is that? Not her tail. She's got a tail behind her. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, what is
scared.
that?
I don't know. But
She's very upset.
Here comes the mice. Here you go, child. Oh. There you go. Oh boy.
Is this the point that our child sort of said, No,
maybe. They're like literally like children mice.
So she's gonna eat them?
Yeah.
Looks like she wants to fart on them.
Yeah, boy. And again, this song I like. Here, watch this. This song I like because what I do like of it is because of my boy Monka Strap here. But the Rebel Wilson shtick does not work. Those mice are creepy as fuck. Thoughts on the mice, Kai, watching this for the first time? You're like, why would you do that?
I wonder if they're in the show.
Nah, I don't think so. That's what I'm saying. It feels like Tom Hooper was like, how can we make this as disturbing as possible?
And you said he's a Texas Chainsaw Massacre guy?
Tom Hooper? No, that's Toby Hooper.
Oh, whoops.
You're getting all kinds of names mixed up today. No, Tom Hooper is an Oscar-winning director. Oh. He did Les Mis. He did The King's Speech. That's what he won the Oscar for Best Director for.
Yeah.
Toby Hooper is a great director too, but not
get it. Why would
the same kind of director is my only point.
How did things go so wrong? Because we're only not even 10 minutes into this movie?
And you're already like, I don't understand what's happening. 16 minutes, yeah. Because they spent a long time with the Jellicle set piece at the beginning.
Oh, no.
She's going to get the cockroaches to need employment.
And also, isn't the cat owner curious on why there's all these cats in their house?
Well, I think they're not there. This might be, I think it's supposed to be like the middle of the night. I don't know why all the lights are on. Maybe they turned them on. But what she's saying is she lays around all day, and then when everybody goes to bed, she gets to work teaching the mice how to sing and perform, and teaching the roaches how to dance. And
I thought she ate the mice.
She's gonna eat a roach in a moment here. Look at this crap. Jesus Christ.
That's CG. Or those people.
It's starting to look. Who, the roaches or people in costumes?
Oh.
Ooch. Here she goes. And then.
Oh no. Let's write this scene.
She's got clothes under her. I even understand. So everybody, basically, Victoria is new to the scene, and ew, gross. And Monka Strap is taking her around so far and being like, "Hey, here's all the different people that are trying tonight to get a Jellicle life," and kind of introducing her to them. This scene looks
They're her competition then, too.
Yeah, essentially. But there's only one evil cat in this movie, really. Well, two if you count T-Swift. So this is probably the most baffling, one of the most baffling sequences in the movie, where I'm just like, what is this and why is that happening? And am I having some kind of bizarre episode? Oh, here comes your boy. I'm going to say that a lot because it's basically what this movie is.
Oh, it's the first time they're actually talking and not singing.
No, they did that briefly between things, I think, for a moment.
Oh, it's a long-haired cat.
It's also Rum Tum Tugger.
Yeah. He's a curious cat?
Yeah, he is a curious cat. Did you know this? That's Jason Derulo, y'all. Here he goes, doing his Derulo thing. And what was my joke that I
She
said?
sounds like she's sick.
Well, she doesn't sing very well. She doesn't know how to sing. Oh, and apparently, I think there was talk that he had to have his
I heard about
bulge
that.
taken down.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Jason Derulo is a blessed man, I
One of
guess.
the other actors, like, what is he? Like, we don't know what he's talking about. They pretty much denied it.
Yeah.
Or just
I think
said that
maybe he's just like very
He's obsessed-
prideful and he's
yeah,
obsessed
well,
with his penis.
This
So
was
all
only like
songs
a
are
month
about.
after the Instagram pictures, too. With
What
his
did he do with
bulge.
this? Yeah, I don't know. I didn't
That
follow.
his
I don't-
Instagram picture was
Look,
taken down.
Victoria
with
wants
his
to
bulge.
this is the other thing that's very confusing. One, everybody's dancing and very sexy, but they're people, which is fine. But people being cats, which makes audiences feel awkward, at least me. And here, Victoria is also supposed to be a kitten. Like, she's supposed to be
I
small.
know, that's what I was saying.
And she's looking around like, ooh, I could fuck that guy. And I could fuck this cat. Why does she want to fuck everybody? It's very uncomfortable on multiple levels, is what I'm saying.
But in reality, though,
Look, everybody's horny as fuck. And that's...
why do some of them have clothes and others don't?
Yes, excellent questions. All excellent questions.
Macavity has a hat, and then Rum Tum Tugger has a coat.
Victoria's
But he also
walking
has so
around
much-
naked.
He also has so much fur. Why does he need a coat?
There's a neuter joke about Rum Tum Tugger. And of course, Jason Derulo's song is one. Well, I mean, they're all like this, but of course they get Jason Derulo. We're making a movie where all the characters are going to sing their own name a lot. We need Jason Derulo to come on. He'll be like, the Rum Tum Tugger. Because that's his thing. To sing his name.
How did they get these people, these actors?
Look at this. Look at this. See, the Rebel Wilson stuff, all of it doesn't work for me. But I'll say the same about
That's
James
why
Corden.
I feel like they did. I feel like that's why the tone of the movie is supposed to be kind of a comedy because
Because
Rebel Wilson is a comedian.
Yeah,
you
but it's
cast
like-
her, it's gonna be comedy.
But it's like pick one. I don't think the movie does both very well. I think you can do that more on stage. I feel like you can shift back and forth in a way. I don't know how. I don't know why. But I feel like
he always looks like that. Where he,
like wants to be sexy.
yeah.
Well, she's looking right back at him like, hey, look, the tails are up on stuff. I don't know what that means, but see, there's the milk bar. See, he's
How does he
chosen
know
her.
her name?
I don't know because he read the script. Yeah, it's another cat
Or
pun.
maybe she does have belly shoes on.
So he's a curious cat. You put him one place and he wants to go the other way. You put him inside and he wants to go outside or whatever. That's like his thing. Isn't that kind of a cat thing too? Like, oh, here he goes. Yeah. You're like a horrible mother. Yeah.
Oh, that's what you did to me the other day.
Yeah. Because our daughter said something like, yeah. I was like, oh my gosh, she just did the Rum Tum Tugger. Yeah. So they're in the milk bar drinking milk. Like it's alcohol, I guess. And again, the set is kind of cool though too. Even though the milk bar thing is whatever. So thoughts on the Rum Tum Tuggers, Kai?
What are they singing
You
to?
seem like
I mean, like in general.
To
go
Victoria?
To
To
go to
himself?
heavy side layer. This is for the Jellicle Ball, right?
Jellicle Ball is later, yes,
Oh.
but it's leading up to the Jellicle Ball.
Oh.
It's
Are they
like-
gonna have to do? Aren't they gonna have to do this again? Jellicle
Yeah,
Ball?
that's no. You would think so, but no.
They already did this. This is their.
This is there, yeah. Because I think when they do the show, it's more in a single setting, obviously. And I give Tom Hooper and his team credit for trying to find a way to make that cinematic. Because the way I understand it is that you go to the show and it's like, welcome to the Jellicle Ball, and then everybody comes out to do their bit, like talent show style.
Oh.
But here they're like, well, how do we make that a movie? And they're like, all right, well, we're traveling from place to place. Who are you? I'm this person. I'm gonna try and be in the Jellicle Ball.
Well, why couldn't they have just still tried to do that, but with Victoria at the ball?
That would have been boring as hell. You just have her sit down and be like, watch, we're going to put a show for you for 2 hours.
They should have had.
That's not a movie.
They should have had. I don't remember his name. The guy that directed Chicago.
Rob Marshall?
Yeah,
But he's
they
doing
should've-
all like Mary Poppins Returns and things like that.
He could have taken a break. He could have done this.
I think he's
where it would have
doing.
worked.
Fudge. What is he doing? He's doing something else for
Oh,
Disney.
jeez.
Oh, here comes. Is this Grisabella time? I think it's Grisabella time. She looks sad.
She doesn't
Everybody
talk
makes
very
fun
much,
of
does she?
Grisabella. No,
She dances around a
she's
lot.
the observer. She's the audience surrogate. She does have a song, which they added, by the way, because Victoria wasn't a main character in the other one. Victoria's a main character here. She needs to have a song at least. So she does the Taylor Swift song that Taylor Swift wrote with Andrew Lloyd Webber for this movie,
Right, yeah.
which we'll get to about midway through.
And she's the sad cat, as I heard.
Grisabella is
this Memories?
no,
Oh.
not yet. I think you might get a little tease of it at some point midway through the show, but Memories is mostly at the end. Memory is mostly at the end.
Why does Jennifer Hudson's characters in these movies
All sad?
She gets dejected from other
like-
people, now
And
cats.
I am telling you, oh my meow. Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, great voice, good actress. Here she's just being like, I'm sad all the time. It's kind of her one character trait. She's not well developed at all, which just feels like a real misuse of Jennifer Hudson to a degree.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of these actors actually probably wanted to be in this movie.
Yeah, well,
Being
this
like,
could have
"Sure,
been a
hey,
big.
cats."
So a lot of people thought this could have been a big Oscar thing. And then it came out, and then Universal's like, "Yeah, we're not going to campaign for that. It's a waste of our money. That's not happening."
You think they would have known that though?
I don't know. I mean, yeah,
Everything is one of those things where they just were kind of arrogant, like, "Oh, it's going to be great."
Yeah,
and then when the
because of the
reviews started
Broadway-
coming
because-
out, people were like, "Oh,
because the director.
no."
I mean, but I wouldn't blame them for feeling that way. I mean, look, the director, Oscar-winning director with a cast with several Oscar winners and nominees. Judi Dench has an Oscar, so does Jennifer Hudson. Ian McKellen nominated. Idris Elba, a lot of talent. Taylor Swift, a lot of talent involved. So she's gotten pushed out. Nobody likes her anymore. She got kicked out of the Jellicle
Why?
group or whatever. I forget exactly.
You sound like our daughter. Why?
Why? And see, she just, and people kind of make fun of her performance in this because it's like Viola Davis, like in Fences, kind of snotty, like tear-like thing. I don't know. I just think it's not a very particularly well-written role of Grisabella.
I think they're jealous of her coat.
They're making fun of her. This lady's so mean on the right. She was the glamour cat, and then she's kind of fallen from grace, basically.
Aw.
Yeah, I know. Everybody's mean. And Monka Strap is like, stop being a dick. That guy looked creepy. What do you think of J Hud and her like face thing? It looks a little better here than it does in the trailers, I will say.
She kind of looks like Jennifer Hudson, but with a cat face.
Okay. Ooh, there she goes hissing. We should have had a secondary beverage of like shots of milk or tequila or something. And every time somebody goes, like shot,
I thought you were going to
we'd
say
be
we should have
dead.
had some soda, and then when we open it, it goes. Tss,
Oh, that too.
so we can
So there's
do the
Grisabella.
sound.
So the other really confusing thing here is that some of the cats who are cats, spoilers. So she used to be the star. That's not in the play. It's not the Macavity thing is not in there. So I don't know. They added that to give some kind of reason for why they don't like her anymore.
Oh, so
Oh boy, he's Bustopher Jones and he's not Skin and Bones. Oh boy, this is my low point of the movie. So
This
spoilers.
is?
This is. You'll see. There's another
God,
cat
and their
pun.
puns.
Oh boy. I'll tend to my balls. Jesus. All over again.
Oh, is this also something to do with
No, I'm away from
9 lives? Is that what it is?
With the Jellicle with the new life.
The heavy side layer?
Oh boy. I don't even know what to say about the Bustopher Jones thing. This is the
a
one.
real song in the on the
Yeah,
play?
it is. I skip it because I don't like the song, so I usually skip it. He's a St. James. He's a fancy cat because look at his outfit. He's got
He's
a tall
not
hat.
that fat in real life, though.
No. They puffed him out. I mean, he's
Yeah.
obviously a heavy guy, but so is Rebel Wilson. That's why I'm like, so you should be fat. I'm like, what are you talking about? You're like a bigger figure too, Rebel Wilson. So I'm like, what the hell's happening? But I don't like also that the two people in here that are supposed to be like the funny people are the tubby people
Yeah.
who are like, the joke
Oh,
is, look how
no.
tubby they are. You know what I mean? Oh, good. Please get her out of this movie. She sucks. On the world stage. So it's
Doesn't she know that's Macavity?
It's not. Yeah, she's very not. Oh, here she goes. Oh, she doesn't recognize him. Oh, there she goes. And he meows. Meow.
What did he just do to her?
Just made her disappear.
They could do that?
He's got powers.
Oh, that's right.
apparently.
He's magic. All right.
There's a lot of magic in these cats. So he's the fancy fat ass cat. He's the cat from like Hunger Games where all these people have no food, and then on the Capitol they just eat food and then throw up so they can eat more food. That's like him.
Oh.
No, but this
You know what? I think I had a cat like that. We called her Mittens.
like this with the black and white.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should also be like kind of educating me as to what kinds of cats these are, because most of them seem like they're like different types. Like
Well, Rebel
Jenny
Wilson's,
is
Jenny is
Tabby.
yeah.
This is in the
No.
song. Yeah, Coda's other. Oh look, he's in a garbage
But
can.
she's orange. She's an orange cat, like the cat in the
Yeah,
neighborhood.
well, he says a Tabby kind. So
Well,
here he is.
tabby, I think, means mutt. A
You
mutt
gotta
cat.
look. He's in the garbage. You gotta watch the garbage stuff. For some reason, so he just goes dumpster diving in all the fancy garbage cans.
But he
of
lives there,
the
right? Oh, he eats deer, huh? Deer meat?
Venison, yeah, I guess. Because he goes rifling through the garbage. That's the thing. He dresses all fancy, like he goes out, hangs out at this nightclubs or whatever. But he just goes and eats out of the garbage cans in the back of the clubs. Oh, here you go. So my issue is not that the two people in this movie. It sounds bad when I say my two least favorite performances in this movie are the two funny, quotes, fat people. But it's because the movie makes the joke. Look how fat they are. Isn't that funny? That's like you know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
the only reason
We
that
haven't
they're
really
not
come that far, have we?
not in some. Well, I mean, this show was also back then, so I mean, they didn't really adjust it very
But
much.
Ginny Anidot's character, the cat character, was heavy set on the show?
I don't know if she was. She is here, and her whole thing is rolling around. Look how well she's lazy for a lot of the day. And there's Rum Tum Tugger with his lady friends.
They drink alcohol as cats?
Apparently. Look, thanks, Tugger.
Why does he get all the food?
This guy, because he's hungry constantly. He's like very ravenous, so he just travels from one garbage
So
can
are
to the
they
next.
like collecting cats once they do their introductions and they get to hang out?
I don't know.
Because she said, thank you, Tugger.
Yeah, he said, yeah, thanks, Tugger. Because he can't really sing either is the other problem. So this is where the like dumpster diving scene, I'm just like, what is happening? He's about to...
I wonder if these actors
Do
are
some
like, what
spitting.
is going on? I don't know what I'm doing.
I mean, like, he just spit food all over Victoria. That was mean. Gross. And white spats. Oh
And
my
it's kind of
gosh.
weird. They still have, like, they have hands. But everything else is a cat.
Well, but they're like weird human cat
Yeah.
hybrids already. So, I mean, it's like... So now we're
They're
just...
catnoids.
Now they're just going on a feeding frenzy in the garbage can. This is where this was one of the points where I'm like, wait, what am like? This obviously is a weird movie, so I'm kind of down for some of it, but this scene I'm just like, what? Why would we want to have a scene like this? I don't.
Are they trying to show ways that why people don't like cats?
I don't
they
know.
just eat from the garbage and then just because this is what cats
I think
do.
it's supposed to be funny, kind of how like in the way like you in Tim Burton's which is also not a good movie. In Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes, when they see like the apes doing human stuff, and they're like, look at how dumb humans are. So I don't know if they're just trying to be like, but it's backwards because it's people doing cat stuff. I don't know. It's very confusing.
I mean, it's also looking like
Ugh.
they're.
Oh,
Oh, is that supposed to be like Puss in Boots?
yes, that's the joke
Oh.
he's making
Oh,
because he wears spats. And there she goes. Run away, Victoria. You're the like naive and innocent one here. Shh. The
His
eyes are cool.
yeah.
It's cool. Maybe that's why our daughter was like, "This is creepy."
So I guess it looks
the
like
contacts, the
that
Idris
each of
Elba
these
contacts.
scenes with these cats are supposed to be how the different different lifestyles of cats. You know, they eat in the trash with their other cat friends. They are lazy and
Yeah.
eat. Wander around.
There's the
their
curious
house.
cat that goes around with his bulge and like poking as many lady
Yeah, my
cats
sister
as he
would call
can.
that. Would call
Uh-oh.
them big head man cat.
These are a couple notorious cats, so watch out.
You don't even know them.
Who, you? Oh, her?
Yeah.
Well, they're her friends now. It's like the Babu
They
Frick
won't
thing.
go.
My oldest friends. Who are these people? You any guesses? Oh, there you go.
Oh, no.
That's another. I just said they're a notorious couple of cats.
Those are like calico cats.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think you're right.
He sounds like he's got like a Cockney.
Yeah,
accent.
he does. He definitely does. She's Irish. I did research on Rumple Teaser, which again is like a sexual, like you're teasing a rump. Everything's sexy in this movie, in this PG-rated cat movie. So these are like the troublemaker cats that they just look around and they break into places and rifle through shit or whatever.
Do you think a lot of this was a set?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, there's props in here that they interact with a lot. I actually like her performance a lot. The eyes, like the lady that plays Rumple Teaser, because she does like a lot of like head things and like.
Is she an actress or is she a dancer?
I don't know. I'm not super familiar with her, but these are not big name people. They're also trying to like seduce Victoria, not into bed, even though they're in a bedroom, and it's kind of has a feeling of like a bizarre sexual thing because everything this movie does. But they're like kind of getting her into being like a criminal cat, basically.
Are they with Macavity?
I mean, spoilers, but kind of. Look at the face she gives him. These are like the bedroom eyes here in a second when she gets the thing put on right here because it's in the trailer. See? It's like everything is very like, I don't know.
Well, cats do have sex a lot.
I guess. So is that the idea
Cats
with this musical?
With,
that
female cats in
all
heat
the
like
cats,
every 4 months or something.
If they would have just called this movie Cats That Fuck, they would have probably had like some extra, make it R-rated and just go for it, even if it doesn't have anything crazy. Like I'm surprised that as far as I know, and I'm not 100% up to date on this, I don't think there's been a Cats XXX like porn parody yet. But I'm surprised that I'm sure they are because this is like 3 steps away from it. You just need, all you do is take the same movie and you insert a couple extra scenes and you're good.
But yeah, Victoria is very, very popular.
Yeah. Well, yeah. She's impressionable. So she's like, ooh, I'm supposed to play with these people. So they're basically singing about going around and eating people's food and like their dinner and just like taking jewels and making things disappear. This was in the trailer. Right. People were like, what is up with the size? Because they're like really tiny sometimes. And then sometimes they look kind of big where they're wearing, you'll see in a minute, Mustapha is going to wear shoes. You're like, what is happening? But here she's like the size like of, how's she holding the fork? You know what I mean? There's no proportion. This guy's like, I don't know what to say about the Mungo Jerry stuff or Rumple Teaser. Any thoughts on this? Like she's like getting into it now too, Victoria. She's like, ooh, I like breaking things.
That's no good.
Yeah, they're making her like bad, and she's like sweet and innocent. So now they all need some
and they
cigarettes.
Don't live there at all, right?
No. Now they need cigarettes. They're just like, is that good for you, Rumple Teaser? And then,
no.
Now you got to get out. Look at this shit, assholes. So what are your thoughts on this movie overall?
Wow, that's messed up.
Bastards. They're notorious. She just said it. They said it to you. Here he goes. See, so he's big enough that his paws would fit in shoes, but then they're small. That they're like the size. She's like the size of the fork and the knife. So what I'm saying, it's like I don't understand the situation there. And they look like they're about the same size.
He must like her because
he does like her.
He's playing himself.
They very much insinuate that throughout the movie. I think he's been all like
he looks like Robert Pattinson.
I guess I could see that a little. You notice when Macavity was like, hey there, we're going to the bowl. He's like, come on. He's like, Macavity, get away from him. And like, I think he's even the one earlier that's like, the Rum Tum Tugger is a terrible bore. He's like, stay away from him and his bones. I like you. And now she's realizing I'm being a terrible ass. So what are your thoughts on this movie so far? It's very strange, but not boring, right? What are you thinking?
I'm trying to like also
Makes
pay
sense.
attention to the lyrics of these songs because it's telling a story.
Yeah.
Do
You missed the arrival of Old Deuteronomy.
I thought it was Deuteronomy the whole song.
It's dude, like a dude?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Hey,
No,
Deuteronomy.
that'd be cool. Oh, here you go. The two idiots on the ship. Middle of the Thames. Here.
Where's that?
It's London.
Oh.
The Thames. Oh, my.
I think I'm trying to think. Do cats eat cockroaches, don't they? I mean, I know
I
they play with
guess,
them.
yeah.
Why does
She
he call
does.
him Puss in Spats?
Because he wears spats and he's a cat.
What's a spat?
It's I think it's part of, I don't know. I'm not sure. It's something that's formal wear, but it's not something I wear. Like, this is kind of funny. That I actually kind of think is funny. This is
Wow, he's got a lot of fur on his face.
Ray Winstone, who you've seen in like The Departed and stuff like that, playing Growl Tiger.
He's a Bravo cat. You haven't talked about Bravo Cat.
This is not on the highlights of Cat soundtrack. I don't even know if they made a full length everything in the movie on the soundtrack because I don't think most people want it.
Poor Bravo Cat. He looks like he got tore up.
His ear and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's maybe that's something that you mentioned that earlier about Macavity and his, like, he seemed like he had scars or something.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what the movie's trying to imply. You mistreat these cats, and then these are the cats that end up turning bad because it's like the Planet of the Apes thing, where it's like human work. Like Koba turned evil because he was experimented on. And he's like, well, fuck these people. They look how they're treating me terrible. I'm gonna have to strike back at them, kind of thing. Maybe that's what implicit in the
Is
movie.
Grisabella bad though? Or
No, she's been treated shitty by the other cats. I don't know if she's been treated shitty by humans. See, he covers up for her too, with the jewelry that she
It
had
also
on.
seems like cats that have an owner.
Well, some of these people have an owner, like Jenny Anydots.
No, it seems like those cats that have owners are treated better and don't like.
Yeah.
Which is like it is.
Yeah. They don't have to fend for themselves as much. Here's Old
The cats will
Deuteronomy.
do whatever they want.
So Old Deuteronomy, she's famous in proverb and famous in rhyme, by the way. But
She makes
also,
a lot of curious expressions.
that's basically her thing in this movie. Look like you're really turned on, and look like you're so confused. So the audience can be like, I'm kind of turned on like she is, and now I'm also kind of confused like she is. So I get it.
Was she only like 19 when this movie came out?
I mean, this movie came out 3 months ago, so I don't know. I don't know if she's that young. She's definitely 20-something, early 20s, but mid-20s probably. Oh, look, assholes. She's like, thanks a lot, you bastards. Mungo Jerry and
Did
Rumpelteazer
they
are
mean
fun.
for the dog to start barking?
No, but I think they were like, ooh, we're going to let Victoria get caught and take the blame for all the stuff that we all did. I think that was 100% their aim. It's like when you see those like heist movies and people are like, well, bye, I'm out of here. And they leave you to take to get caught and go to jail while they make it out. Guys, like, what movies are you watching? I don't know. The heist movies. So this is the part, by the way.
The same cat, almost.
Kind of. Judi Dench is playing a role. You're about to see she's coming out of the shadows. Like yet another cat who, obviously, like I said, has fur, who's wearing a fur coat for some reason, because she's that cold, I guess.
It's also kind of
Cannibalistic, is there whatever? Like,
exactly.
It's like if a human wearing human skin coat. It's like, oh. But this role is traditionally played by a man. And
It's nice that she knows all the words.
I know. She just jumps right in.
And he looked so proud of her. He's like, wow.
He's like, good job. You're a Jellicle cat. You're picking right up on it. So it's the second time I've read a piece of trivia recently, and I was like, that's true. Where she's played
looks pissed
She's
off.
played a role traditionally played by a man. She played M in the Bond movies, which was used to be a man. And then here she's playing Deuteronomy, which was a man in the stage play. And this is the part where our daughter is like, I got to get the hell out of here. Because I think it's like them all singing in unison. It's almost kind of creepy cultish in a way.
See,
But
she knows what's.
I think she was
up,
like,
and
I
she's
don't
only
like
3.
this at all. This is freaking me out. I don't like this. I want to get out of here. She said. I was like, well, I mean, I get it. It's creepy. It's kind of weird and creepy. I understand.
So, are there cats here that don't want to go to the Jellicle Ball? They just
No.
want to be cats. The cats that were in the
They want
alleyway.
all of them want a new life. It seems like most of them are going to try for a new life. At least the main ones.
Shouldn't she get to go to the Heaviside Lair?
Old
because
Deuteronomy?
She's old?
No, she's the one that makes the choice.
Oh.
We're talking through this. Yeah, here you go. On the night we make the Jellicle choice. I'm going to give us more wine because we're not even halfway through this movie,
Oh,
but we're
boy.
getting there. But you get credits and stuff, so.
I get credits?
Yes.
Like collect 25?
Republic credits. They do not work here. Only money. That's a Star Wars reference for episode 1.
Aw.
So, there's
See, I
Ian
thought,
McKellen.
I kept thinking
Two
he was,
old people.
kept thinking he was old Deuteronomy.
Well, he's old. He's old Gus. Asparagus. The theater cat.
I just,
She also kind of sings.
so she's Dame, is he Sir Ian McKellen?
Yes, he is.
Wow.
Dame and a sir.
Wow.
Who made that? Was it McKellen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's quite a little yowl there.
He was just. That was just Ian McKellen clearing his throat. That wasn't even in the script. Charles.
So this is when you guys walked out?
No, right before this. I didn't even get to this part.
Oh.
When they're like, was it be really? That's when she's like, we got to get the piece out. I was like, all right, let's go. I think we just went and got lunch or something. Jellicle cats are white and black, and of moderate
Wow.
size. This is the most information you've gotten so far. So they're either black and white. But a lot of these cats aren't black or white.
I know.
So that doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Victoria is black and white.
Yeah, she is. Mistopheles, a couple of them are. But Jenny
Bustopher
Dots is
Jones.
not. Well, he's an
He's
ass.
black and white.
If
Or he's
Bustopher
more
Jones is not
gourmet,
getting
he's
chosen
more
for this
gray.
thing.
Do you think that our daughter wants to have a
cats
cat
out
because
tonight.
of this movie?
Who?
Our daughter?
Oh, maybe. I mean, does this movie make anybody want to have a cat?
When I asked her, she said, "Do you want a dog or a cat?" She said, "I want a cat."
But she says you want both, right?
Yeah, but I think we're like, you have to choose, and she said cat.
Well, cats are on her mind because I'm playing this music so much, like a crazy person. The Jellicle moon. The moon is pretty in here. But this is all very
Looks like a
weird.
big
And
spotlight.
this is all very weird and creepy. When we're done here, I should show you the trailer. Somebody made some, when the trailer came out, like we were talking about earlier, somebody cut that trailer with the audio from Us. The dun, 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 dun. The I Got Five
Whoa.
on It music. Yeah, here they're going to do some tail wagging shit. I feel like I only check on the, I just want to check to make sure the thing is still recording. Because I worry and be like, oh, sorry, you're low on disk space. I'm like, no, all that cats for nothing. Kramer.
It looks like she's like,
In pain
yeah.
or something? Yeah. So this is a dance sequence. And I think Kai's like,
But this
thank
is
God.
still not. This is not yet the ball
It's getting there. This is like,
because they're gonna dress up, right?
I mean,
You're gonna see them in a formal gown.
you
in
like
a
all,
suit?
all in their spats.
Yeah,
A lot of pusses and spats, I guess.
he's wearing. That cat's wearing clothes.
Red pants. What's up? And
I don't
suspenders.
understand.
I don't understand. That's the best review yet of this movie that I've gotten from you. I don't understand. Nobody does. See? Dancing and shit. That's cool. Does it make any goddamn sense? Not in the context of the movie? Not really. They're just like, we're going to start dancing. Maybe this is the ball.
Where some have overalls and
Maybe this is the ball. They're like, we're going to start dancing. And she's like, hells yeah.
well, you've only now seen this one
This is
and a half
my
times,
this,
right?
This before this. There's Grisabella. Grisabella's like, I don't know if I can be. I'm not gonna be accepted back into this group. They don't like me. See, Mistopheles is like full on courtship mode in this movie.
Yes.
He's like, hey,
Oh my God.
what are they doing? What was that?
What the heck?
Let's see the score here. Did
they just kiss? Did
Oh,
you just kiss
well,
that cat?
I think. Oh, it's come some other cat that's not Mistopheles.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. She's been, for lack of a better term, getting around this whole
Is old
night.
Deuteronomy looking and being like, wow, that Victoria cat is a very good dancer.
Yeah, she's like, who the hell is you? New cat, who this? Pretty much is what she's thinking. Oh, here he comes. Oh, here, he's doing his little mini. Hey, look, I could do milk. She's like, you
I
scary,
thought we
dude.
weren't going to see him again.
Yeah, well, no, you see him a little, but not in as much as you did during his big
Whoa.
number.
My God, he's so
He's-
Jason
he-
Derulo in this movie.
He's basically Jason Derulo with fur.
yeah.
And we've seen Jason Derulo live.
Yeah.
This is basically what Jason Derulo
Because he's doing
does.
his moves.
Yeah, he did that thing. He does that on stage. So this is them all being like, "Hey, old Deuteronomy,
I
pick
mean,
me,
he is a
pick
good
me."
dancer. I mean, it's not ballet.
Derulo?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
he is a good dancer.
Yeah,
I'll
he
give him
is.
that. Why can't Grisabella still try to
She's
go for it?
disgraced or whatever.
Even by old Deuteronomy?
I mean, she's also not feeling so great on herself. I've never seen cats do backflips and shit. Look, she's getting chased out of there by some of them. See? They're like, you get out of here. We don't like you. It's mean.
That is mean.
You hear the guitar there?
Yeah.
That's kind of neat.
So he realized he didn't want to have his coat. Yes. He has shoes on.
Well, Derulo's not here. Derulo's somewhere else. These are other people now.
Oh. And they have shoes on.
Yeah.
Converse, I think.
Yeah, sorta. This is what that is. I kind of forgot about that. Victoria, what do you do? She's like, I don't know. I don't have a song yet.
Whoa.
Yeah, that one's a good dancer. Oh, here she goes.
She's
This
like,
is why
I'm a
you.
ballerina
This is
cat.
why you hire Francesca Hayward. Look, who I'd never even heard of before this movie, but now I'm like,
hearing
fuck.
a lot more about ballerinas, and I think it's because of this movie. Actually, like I saw this designer insider video about this ballet dancer at the New York School of Ballet, and she was talking about ballet, and then they're talking about how they now are making ballet shoes for darker toned skin, and like how they make ballet shoes, and I've only really started seeing that in the last few months.
Wait, how is that? Like, why do you have to have different kinds of shoes for different tone? So it matches the tone of your
Just
skin?
the skin,
Because it's
yeah.
supposed to match your skin tone? Is that how that works? I know nothing about this,
Not
obviously.
necessarily. I think it's just to make dancers feel more included.
Oh, okay.
Because if you just have pink ballet shoes, then
It's basically made for Caucasian skin to kind of accent that way or whatever?
yeah.
Okay, interesting. So, just, everybody talks crap about this movie, and obviously critics did
What
not
is that
like
on the
it.
floor?
A
sun?
pentagram. I don't know. It's a fucking demon worshipping thing. Who knows? Wouldn't surprise me with this movie. Some people do. If you look at like Amazon things or what IMDb or whatever, some people do really like this movie. Like it's a minority. It's a small group of people, but it feels like it's probably like the core Cats people. Like it feels like the people who comment and be like, I've seen Cats 6 times on stage, and this movie was everything I wanted it to be or whatever. Like I've seen reviews like that. So some people do like this. It's just very niche. It's very it's the kind of movie that is so out there that of course it was always going to be a cult classic. I don't know what they were thinking, spending like $100 million on it. This is not going to be like a blockbuster, and especially in the age now where everything is like adventure, sci-fi, superheroes, and things like that.
At least Victoria seems like she has a nice cat heart,
Yeah, I guess. Look,
or maybe. I
yeah,
don't know.
so far, yeah, that's true. Here you get a little hit tease of memory.
Is this a character in the play?
Grisabella?
Yeah.
Hells yeah.
Like this.
I don't know. I don't know if you get a little bit of memory early like this. I think they shuffle things around a little bit from the show. Again, I've never seen it. I had a DVD on hold at the library they did a TV movie, like a film performance of it on stage in like 98. But libraries are all closed now, so I'm never going to see that,
What
I
about
guess.
that one on YouTube?
That was like a clip. They have clips there, but
No,
I kind
because
of just wanted to watch the whole
Webber,
thing.
there's going to be giving away all.
Yeah, I know. They're doing Jesus Christ Superstar this weekend, and then I subscribe to that channel because I'm sure they will do Cats eventually.
Yeah, they do it for like 48 hours, and then I guess they do a new one.
Yeah, which is kind of a cool idea. She's singing, so we know Jennifer Hudson sings, so I don't know what to say about this other than good job, Jennifer Hudson. But it's cool, like all the celebrities doing that kind of content thing. We watched, our daughter, we played Daisy Ridley reading a Star Wars book earlier today, so I think all that stuff is really neat.
Which then she wanted me to read that book
Yeah,
today.
yeah, exactly. We were watching Paddington 2, and she wanted me to read Paddington to her at night before bed.
But Andrew Lloyd Webber, doesn't he not only have a few plays anyway?
Jesus Christ Superstar is his. Joseph in the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat is his. Phantom of the Opera is his. Cats is his. Love Never Dies, which is a sequel to Phantom of the Opera. There's other ones that he's mentioned on the little YouTube clip.
Okay.
There's other ones that, he's got, I'd say Phantom and Cats are probably his best known. And then maybe Jesus Christ Superstar, I think, after that. Like around there.
I feel like it rivals with Joseph in the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. I feel like
Really?
maybe
They don't
not.
have a movie version of Joseph, really.
I guess, but I feel like a lot of high schools plays would high school drama did a lot more. Joseph and the Amazing
That's
Technicolor
true.
Dreamcoat.
It's because they have a nice big flashy prop is literally in the title.
I'm
think
curious
that
about
helps.
what that is about.
It was on YouTube. I don't know if it is anymore.
I don't know a lot about
your
Broadway
aunt,
shows.
Your aunt Kim Foster, who's been on this podcast, she apparently really likes Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat and used to watch it with her kids and stuff. So it's something that, because they did a filmed version. Donny Osmond did it like in the 90s, and then he filmed that and put it on TV as like a TV movie. Here she's going to talk to old Deuteronomy.
Victoria is such a lucky cat.
First she's going to talk to Grisabella
She could have been dropped off on the street and then not made any friends.
Well, see, she's the only
it just
one
so
that
happens to be the Jellicle ball. So
she's the only one that went and approached Grisabella and be like, "Why are you being a hater? Why is everybody being mean to you? What's up?" Yeah, she's sweet. I like Victoria. This is this is the song. You've heard the T Swift version?
Sort of.
Okay, this is that song, Beautiful Ghosts, which is exclusive to new to this movie, not in the show, because Victoria needs a song, like I said. She's not a main character in there. And this was co-written by Taylor Swift and Andrew Lloyd Webber.
I mean, that's a pretty cool opportunity for her.
Yeah.
And for Francesca Hayward, too.
All of that. And she's got a pretty voice. You haven't really heard much of it yet to this point. She had a very expressive face, too.
I think it's one of those things that she goes to the London School of Ballet, but she's also learning theater, too. Like maybe that's part of the program.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times with theater, you're doing all of those things.
I
like
think
my friend,
yeah,
she studied theater in college, but she also can sing, she could dance, and she did ballet because it's like the whole with theater, you don't know what kind of part you're gonna get.
Right. You wanna you
want to be a quadruple threat or something.
Right. You study all of it, and then as your career goes, you tend to kind of lean one way or another, or maybe not.
What they want to cast you in.
Yeah, yeah.
Because if you can dance,
but I guess that's kind of what I was implying there, is that your career based on the parts you land and what you establish a certain thing. Like if Arnold Schwarzenegger, this is movies because I'm more familiar with movies and theater. Like if Arnold Schwarzenegger does all these action movies, he's not gonna all of a sudden get offers to be in a musical. You know what I mean? It's like you've established a skill set, and what you're, it's wild and it's free. But I think obviously her main skill is dancing, but she's got a really pretty voice. I think this is kind of a decent song. It's not great. It's not like an amazing thing, but it was nominated for a Golden Globe. It was good enough for that, at least. And you can see this kind of establishes Victoria, like the whole point of this song. And I did an article about this for Cheat Sheet. I wrote a lot about cats for Cheat Sheet because I was really curious about it. And like, well, nobody else is writing about it. Yeah, exactly. I was the Rum Tum Tugger of my time. Is that Grisabella's thing is, I was famous and popular and people loved me, and now they're like, fuck off, Grisabella. And she's like, at least you were something. Nobody even wanted me. They were tossed me in a freaking bag into the street. And that's her thing. Like, you have glory days to look back on. I don't even have that. So I'll dance with these beautiful ghosts. It's kind of her message. And so it's kind of it's a sweet sentiment. And also they use Victoria to highlight Grisabella's story and kind of contrast it a little bit. And, you see old Deuteronomy sort of observing both of them from inside here. Now she's going to have a little conversation with Victoria. She looks like a lion with that fur coat thing on that she's got.
She's a long-haired cat.
Unless that's her fur coat.
I haven't really ever been, well, her mane. I haven't really ever been a big fan of long-haired cats.
Think they shed a lot?
Yes, and some people prefer them, and they're like a specific breed.
Why would they, just because there's like the look of them, they prefer them?
I guess so. And I feel like a lot more long-haired cats are more grumpy. They're like cranky. My friends growing up, they had long-haired cats, and so they have Old Deuteronomy and Rum Tum Tugger are the two long, and Bustopher Jones, I guess, are long-haired cats.
I guess he's the fat one. I don't know that much. He sings a whole song about it, but he loves food. And I'm like, I love food too, but that's not like my one defining characteristic. I like movies too. I have a couple of characteristics. Ineffable. So.
What's ineffable mean?
It's hard to explain. Are you
saying it's hard to explain what it means?
No, yeah, both. Yeah, here she's like, who the hell is you? See, and it's cool that some of the little details. I just noticed like an exit sign that was like on the floor because this place is the back. See, because this is upside down. An exit sign. There's like because this place has like been condemned or whatever. So that's why the cats are like, hey, this is empty building. But then if they're in the human world, then yeah, it makes sense. But if they're in a cat world or whatever, why do they need to go to a condemned place? Why don't they just go to the milk bar or something? That's why I don't understand. They need a big dancing space, I guess. Oh, here's Ian McKellen, Oscar-nominated actor, licking milk out of a bowl. Gus, it's your turn. Get
Like
up
his
there,
jacket?
Gus. Kinda. He looks like Adam Lambert or something with all the shiny.
I wonder why they didn't get him.
Yeah.
Is he? He's not
He's-
British, right?
Adam Lambert's no, he's American, I believe. He's a magic cat. He even said there's a lot of them around here. Mr. Mistopheles, his whole thing in this movie, and I don't think this is the case in the show, is that he's like very like unsure of himself and like shy. And
Sounds like me.
It sounds like me sometimes too, but you would think I'd find that endearing. I kind of find it annoying actually in a way. I'm like, grow a pair. It's like, I don't know, because they play it up so hard where he's like looking down, holding his hat, and later he like when he sings, he's like, and aloof, and whatever, and I'm like, dude, you're annoying. There goes Gus the theater cat, and I love that Deuteronomy has her big basket. Cross paws. It's like cross fingers. She's like sitting in a big basket like Gus the theater cat. She's got like her
really
bed.
Confused with the clothes.
Yeah. He's
why
wearing,
some
he's
cats
just a
have
man
clothes and
with
others
fur on his face.
Yeah, basically. Maybe he complained. He's like, "Don't make me look too much like
So
a cat."
Gus is the cat that hangs out at the theater door. Ian McKellen is really into this. I always skip this song too because it's.
His name is Asparagus. That's kind of cute.
Yeah, you want to get a cat and name him Asparagus? Maybe he stinks a lot, like Asparagus does. So the idea is that these are all just cats that like hang out at different places. He's the cat that just hangs out by the theater door in this old theater that's now kind of dilapidated. And he's again kind of washed up. He's like, "This is my last chance for Jellicle. I need a new life. I'm like pretty much worn this one out." No.
I feel like the older cats should get to be chosen.
Well, they're gonna be at the heaviside layer any minute now. I guess, right? I don't know. Yeah, it's also weird because it's like, what does that mean? You're gonna go to the afterlife? So it means
Reincarnation.
we're gonna kill you though, but they're gonna die in this. That means they have to
maybe
die,
they go
right?
to an animal shelter.
Or something. It's like, I don't want to get really morbid. We're like, here's a giant bucket of water. We're gonna put you in there and hold you down. I mean, what are they doing?
They don't show it.
Well, they show, but what they show doesn't make any goddamn sense because
They go up on something, right? I think
Yeah,
I saw
I don't want to tell
like
you.
a bunch of light, like a chandelier or whatever.
Well,
Maybe a cake.
Spoilers.
Was it flan?
Look, he's doing cat face. The ears are kind of interesting. How they like.
What? Whoa, that was a little intense.
What, his acting?
7 cat calls.
He likes to say it about he relives his glory days, man. He's gonna help him out with
I
a
don't know.
little
It'd be kind of
magic.
cool if we saw humans in this. We're like, get the hell out of here, you cats!
There he goes. What the fuck?
It's really strange to see Dame Judi Dench as
Playing a cat? Yeah.
I don't know. I guess because she has so much hair.
What-
Fur. It's kind of weird.
What about Sir Ian McKellen playing lapping up milk and shit?
Yeah, that's weird too. But he doesn't have nearly as much hair on him, fur on him.
Well, he's not wearing a fur coat. He's basically Ian McKellen, but like with fur on his head because he's wearing clothes. He's wearing legit clothes. When Victoria reigned, there's a lot of mention of Victoria. Well, they're talking about Queen Victoria, but they're also Mungo Jerry and Rumpel Teaser mention Victoria, like a street or something named Victoria, and then there's also a character obviously named Victoria. There's a lot of Victoria mentions in here, which I think is interesting. I don't know if that's
When is this supposed to be set?
who the hell knows, man. It does feel like it has a period feel to it, but then again, I mean, they're also a lot of the like just hip hop and stuff. But again, it's not trying to make sense. I think we're trying to apply logic to cats. This is the first problem.
Because he's saying that he
He's
when
like
we went with Queen Victoria. That was a while ago.
Yeah. Well, he's super old, I guess. But again.
But cats can't live that
I was
long.
going to say, Ian McKellen is like 80-something. But yeah, cats don't live 80-something years.
Well, when was T.S. Eliot's stories? Weren't they in the 1800s?
18-something, yeah, I think. They're old as hell. That's cool. The lightning thing. Yeah, good job, Mr. Mistopheles.
But then again, the clothes, well, at least Mistopheles' jacket is not. Looks more modern.
Good job. See, look at her. How cute. You like Gus the theater cat?
He's okay.
Who would you pick so far? They're yowling. And Judi Dench just stuck her leg in the air.
Yeah, the stretching with these cats is kind of weird. But that's
Yeah.
what cats do. They do stretch a lot. Oh, and I'm glad at least that they haven't all sniffed their butts yet.
No.
The closest we got to that was Ginny.
What if there was buttholes in this? Would you like that or no?
No, I would not like that.
You'd be like, why am I looking at a butthole? Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
He's coming in to say what's up.
Oh, here we go. Wonder when this was supposed to happen.
Uh-oh. Macavity. Uh-oh. My boyfriend, Skimbleshanks, y'all. He's Skimbleshanks the railway cat, by the way.
Yeah, Raw likes to quote this constantly. It's
Because it's the most random. All these other characters are introduced fairly early in the movie and all play out throughout. You've literally not heard Skimbleshanks' name until the next person is Skimbleshanks. You're like, who the fuck is that? Skimble.
Oh,
Where's
this dude.
Skimble? That's Monkastrap still, but
Oh.
Skimbleshanks
Oh.
is about to show up. He hasn't come out yet.
So is he like the,
Yeah, he's like the
The
introducer.
narrator?
Yeah, kind of.
what's his story?
I don't know. Where's Skimble?
He was getting all bossy with that other cat. He's like, get out of my way.
Yeah, he's dancing with him. I think. No, they don't think that was coordinated.
Yeah.
Here
okay.
comes Skimble.
It probably was.
He was hanging out there. Here.
What the hell? The one with the suspenders.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I guess so. He was busy in the luggage van, Kai. He's just like
Cats hang out by the railway.
well, that's the whole idea. Like the joke is that he's always just hanging out by the trains, and he's like a good luck charm for the train people, so they just let him hang out there and stuff.
What would happen if he wasn't there? What do you mean by good luck charm?
I mean, this is like he's like a what do you mean good luck charm? I don't know, just like we like having him around. We haven't crashed since he's been here, so we'll just leave him here. Whatever, you know what I mean?
See, that's
Like
the
a
interesting thing
superstition
about cats is like it is like the characters or the person, the lifestyles of
Yeah.
all these different cats.
I like I like that he's a Skimbleshanks is a railway cat, right? So he's dressed kind of like a conductor. He's got shoes on, by the way, and
Tap
also
shoes.
he's got whiskers that kind of come up like a long mustache, like you'd see on a conductor of a train, which is kind of funny.
He's definitely a dancer.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, look at this shit.
Whoa.
Skimbleshanks is
Is
the
it supposed
bomb.
to sound like the train?
The
Whoa.
drums.
Oh gosh.
The drums
So
are coming
loud.
in.
I wouldn't like to be that close to that.
Look at this. Look at this.
I mean, obviously they
See,
added in some
The
sound,
drums. The
but-
drum sounds for and then they probably added the shoe thing to augment it and stuff. Look at that. The dancing's kind of cool. Like,
Yeah.
see, this is some of the stuff in here that I'm like, everybody's like, Cats, that's a piece of shit. I'm like, I mean, it's a weird movie and it doesn't like entirely work in a lot of ways, but
kind of want those.
this is
that
kind of
outfit.
look at this. This is kind of cool. Look at the set. I mean, obviously CG is green screen, but look at that. They're walking around on a railway. That's kind of neat. I mean, it looks phony as hell, but it's kind of cool to see. It's like being Car Express.
I really hope a train doesn't come.
No, that's dark. But told you it's PG.
Oh yeah, that's supposed to be London, right? The Big Ben.
Yeah, I believe so.
She's always looks so like, what's going on?
Yeah, who are you now? Oh, everybody has weird names here. My name's Victoria. But yeah, you see this. That's why I like fixate on Skimbleshanks. One, it's a random name. Two, he comes out of nowhere, and you're like, wait, was this guy introduced earlier? Was I supposed to know who this is?
They're all wearing shoes now.
All of them because
Not
they can
all
do
of them,
tap dancing.
but some of them are.
Yeah, it gets kind of peppy here now. The song. See, now they're on
This
the
looks like
train.
Inception now. Inception Hotel.
Oh,
Or Harry Potter, I don't know.
Oh, Hogwarts Express. It's a train, yeah. It's a British train. I don't know. We've never been on a British train, really.
Or really a train.
I mean, I have, but when I was a kid.
I have not.
You could. So, you're meeting Skimbleshanks. How do you feel? What is the first thing you're going to do? What are you next thing you're going to do next?
I think you didn't really ever really play this song.
Oh, I play this song lots.
Oh, maybe you do, yeah.
But I think I play it mostly around the child because she doesn't like it, and I think it's funny.
Oh, she doesn't like this one?
No, she's like, I don't know.
That's weird.
What, that they're in bed wearing hats and stuff?
Yeah.
Why does the hat fit them is the better question. Is it a human hat? Or is it a cat-sized train conductor hat? And if so, where do they get that from? I mean, again, I'm applying logic to cats, which literally has no logic.
I don't know. I feel like him hanging out the railway that sounds like a good life.
Yeah, I know. Why does he want to get a new life? He sounds like he's pretty having a good time. On the railway train. Skimble would win this shit right now, by the way. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
What happened to Skimble? Where are you going, Skimble?
Is he flying?
Uh-oh. Not Skimble. Skimble, where is Skimble? Oh, Macavity's laughing.
Where do they go? Did they go in his little book?
Well, those other people went on his little boat with Grawl Tiger. Macavity, we don't like him because he sounds evil.
Oh. So the story... So a couple of days ago, we put some hats on. There's a lot of fedoras in our house. We put hats on, and we all danced around to this, like old-timey people, old-timey dancers, and our daughter loved it. And I think it helped make her like this song even more. And she wanted to do it again. She had a little like sun hat on and stuff. It was adorable.
Say whatever you want about this movie. This song is a banger, yo. Macavity's a mystery cat. That means he's up to stuff. He's got a lot of names. It's called the Hidden Paw. So how do you feel about
the catnip scene?
She's got catnip, which is not, I think, also not in the show because they're gonna get all affected by it. There's Jason Derulo still. How do you feel about Taylor Swift has a very busty cat chest here?
Why does she have one?
She literally goes like this later in a minute here.
But why is her chest bigger than all of them?
I don't know. Because she's Taylor Swift and she's supposed to be like she's got. Well, I think probably see Mungo Jerry and Rumple Teaser are helping her out.
Because all the other cats seem kind of flat.
Flattish, yeah.
And I read that they were kind of, the breasts were removed, digitally removed.
Or I mean, definitely at least tied down or something. They're supposed to have breasts like that as cats. So they're all being affected by the catnip. So she's kind of quasi drugging them basically against their will, which is fucked up if you think about it. But I think probably because she's supposed to be like the Jessica Rabbit of this movie. And like the lounge singer thing, and then she's got to have a certain physique more that's a little curvier.
Could be.
I think that's probably why. So she's like sultry or whatever. This is good. So it's a good part. I like this scene a lot. I'm not even gonna like talk crap about this part. I like this scene. Like a snake. I do that movement. He's half asleep. He's always wide awake.
Oh, is that the scene you're talking about?
The wide awake. Yeah, exactly. So she's like a freaking tiger-looking one. She's got stripes and stuff.
Well, but like, do we get a story about her, about why she's hanging out with Macavity in the first place?
She's Bombalurina. She just works for Macavity. I don't know. Maybe she's Macavity's new Grisabella in this movie.
And she's trying to sound she's kind of trying to sound British, actually. Cavity's not there.
He cheats at cards. Dun, 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 dun. It's a jam. But it's a really good deal for, like, T Swift got the best deal out of this movie. You work on it behind the scenes. You write a song with a legend. You come in, you do a song that most people, I'm assuming, would consider the best song in the movie. You piece the fuck out. You cash your check, you know, and you're supposed your face is still all over the posters and the marketing. When we went here on My Movies Anywhere, her face was on there, and she's in this movie for 5 minutes. Macavity's not there.
But maybe
I'm worried about.
Also, she doesn't really.
Old Deuteronomy.
I don't really know how much she really wants to be an actress anyway.
She's
So, but she
yeah.
likes passive income
Right. Yeah.
and opportunity. So
Plus working, well, like you said, working all these dancers she's about to work with from like the stage and stuff. Uh-oh. You got Victoria. How many people does Macavity have working in this freaking place? Is that Griddle Bone, I think, in the middle? She's scary looking.
that was Rumple Teaser, and
I know I said that earlier. They were like, shh. Here they go. I might mention Mungo Jerry. Rumple Teaser, Griddle Bone. Are nothing more than agents. So then, yeah, see, they're like up to shit. The Napoleon of crime. Sorry, crime.
oh, now he doesn't have clothes on. I don't know. Now I feel like I kind of prefer him with the coat.
You see Idris Elba with the ha ha ha. He's leaning into this shit. And with Idris Elba's skin tone, the fact he's playing a black cat, he looks like he's fucking naked. Like it looks like Idris Elba's naked with digitally removed his bulge.
Probably a lot of women aren't complaining now.
No, I mean I'm a man and I'm not really complaining.
I wonder if he's really a black cat on the play.
And see, he's cool. He gets a little duet with Taylor Swift here for a minute. Is he a black cat on the play? Probably, because he's the bad guy. So you think they would make him like a black cat who is like the superstition thing with black cat.
He's like brown.
He looks like a black cat to me.
In some scenes, the lighting is brown.
So does the catnip knock them out or make them under their thrall or both? I guess.
I don't know.
Uh-oh.
Oh, is that asparagus?
No, that's Deuteronomy.
Oh,
Make your choice, lady.
oh, he had.
The very busy woman. He just took her and made her appear there. I mean, not really. Isn't anybody else there? And anybody else is going for it? I mean, you have the best song.
God.
He looks creepy there. Is it the
does.
eyes or just the face thing? The CG? Both. She's like, you're a dick. If the Jellicle choice went to the cat with the sexiest abs, and we give it to you. or Derulo.
But he's gonna lose all his minions.
He's a cheat, though. He does. He cheats at cards. We just heard like 2 minutes ago. Oh, look, see, they're all like knocked out. Isn't catnip supposed to get you like all hyper and crazy? This is not supposed to make you take a nap, is it?
I think so.
Why are they all sleeping then? I don't understand. That does not
Oh, there they are.
an accurate representation of catnip. Oh, not Skimble. Skimble, where is Skimble?
Looks like Alec Baldwin.
Like as a cat or just Alec Baldwin?
Alec Baldwin.
That's me. Yeah, you don't get to just demand it. You don't
She ain't
belong.
scared
You go
of
to
shit,
the
is she?
you go to the underside layer, the opposite of heaven.
Growl Tiger.
It said that. Yeah. They were on the boat with Growl Tiger, the people
Oh,
that you were
I
saying.
keep calling him the Bravo cat.
No, that's the kind of cat he is, I guess.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh no, cats don't like the water.
Never be my Jellicle choice. Oh man, this is scary. Not really. She disappeared, y'all. They just woke up from their
Isabella's
napping.
gonna do something, isn't she?
So what do you think of this? We got to check in with Kai, your sanity level. Are you still around?
Yes, you did.
You know who they are? They're the three trick-or-treaters on Nightmare Before Christmas. We're just causing trouble. We didn't know what he was going to do exactly.
Oh, Cassandra, that's not a very interesting cat name.
No, it's not. What happened? I thought other cats had different names. So they want to magic her back, old Deuteronomy. You can't. You don't know magic. Some little white cat. What the hell are you supposed to do?
For a
Mistopheles?
kitten, though, she's like the same size as the other ones.
Here he goes. It's your moment. You want to get with Victoria, you got to prove you're not a loser. See, Mistopheles just looks like he farted every 2 seconds. He's like, I shouldn't have had the burrito out of the trash. Damn it, Buster Fur. So you feel sane still? What's going on?
It's like I'm trying to pay attention to the songs, but it still doesn't make any sense.
No, I know. While he crosses his paws here, like crossing his fingers.
Oh.
Do you have any
Clever.
specific confusions? He's just gonna try and use his magic to bring old Deuteronomy back. So what are you confused about exactly? It's not this plot wise. There's not like nothing going on. Jellicle choice, dude made people disappear.
I'm not confused per se.
You feel like you're like lost in a like fucking Alice in Wonderland-esque world where like I don't know what's going on, but it doesn't make sense. But sure, it's entertaining, I guess.
Sure.
Something like that. Are you bored?
Yeah, no, I'm not bored.
See, good. That's what I'm saying. So this is my question: if you're not bored, does that mean this is a bad movie, or does that mean this is a so bad it's good movie, or does it mean it's a good movie? Where would you put this so far?
Is that your indication is if a movie is boring, then it's bad?
I do think that if I don't feel connected to a movie at all, that there's variations on, like, I think just because a movie is poorly made or doesn't make sense doesn't mean it can't be entertaining. Doesn't mean it doesn't have entertainment value. Because we did a whole commentary.
A big fork. Or is it a big fork?
Or is it a tiny fork? Who knows what size? There's no consistency. It's a different fork. We did a whole commentary on The Room. That's not a boring movie. It makes no goddamn sense. That at least is competently made in some ways. Like visually, it looks cool. Some of the art direction, like set stuff and music and stuff, is actually decent. Nothing in The Room. That's a movie where literally nothing works, and you're just like astounded by how poorly it all is. There are elements here that are kind of cool, the dancing and certain things. Even though a lot of it, like this does, I could quote.
Some of these songs do not have a good flow, and I'm
no, I agree. That's fair. Fair enough.
Like this scene's boring me.
He's just trying to do magic, and he's having trouble believing in himself. And obviously, for magic to work, you have to believe in yourself. Kai, don't you know this? It's singular magical powers.
It's a lesson, isn't it? It's the moral. Is you got to believe in yourself.
I guess. Well, the moral also is that a cat is not a dog, which we'll get to in a few minutes. Is the big takeaway from this movie.
Do these cats not have family?
Well, this is like the middle of the night. I think they snuck out of their respective houses.
No, what I mean is like a cat, a family.
In case you didn't see enough of them. There you go. You get some mice. More mice.
Since when do mice want to work with cats?
They like him. He's a hero. I don't know. He kind of looks like a mouse. Maybe that's why.
Well, no, because Jenny Ann Dotz is working with mice.
Well, I think the implication, I think, is that it's under threat of death. It's like, you do this or I'm going to eat you.
Oh, like the roaches?
Like the roaches. Yeah, I think she's like, what are the creatures in this house? They're smaller than me. And how can I threaten to get them to do what I want them to do? She's kind of fucking evil. Jenny Ann Dotz, crazy.
A match?
Again, he's making a fart. See? I told you. He's got his fart face on. Oh, it's not working. You suck, Mistopheles.
Why don't you try to go find her now instead of...
He's trying to use his magic. They don't know where to go look for her.
Oh, Rum Tum Tugger is back.
Yeah, he's still hanging out there. He was on set more than 2 days or whatever. She's keeping the song going. She has faith in him, even when he doesn't have faith in himself. That's kind of a cute moment, but it's only because I like her voice and she's cute and stuff. And then they're like, we're going to keep...
Even though that cat was like, he can't do shit.
Robbie Fairchild, the monkey strap?
Yeah.
But he's the one that's like, might be worth a try.
I guess so. Because
they all look kind of the same after a while, I think, too, which doesn't help.
But he was making an expression like, what? Not this guy.
Monkey strap is the bomb, actually. He's kind of the glue, I think, that holds this movie together in some ways. As much as it does. As much as he brings a lot to it, and I think nobody talks about that.
Is that a pencil?
I think so. I think it is. A giant pencil? Or a small pencil?
So now what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to seek out a magical cat.
Yeah, find a magical cat. But not a mystery cat like Macavity. Do you think it worked?
No, probably.
You suck, dude. Your ears come through your hat. It's weird. Nobody likes you. Nobody likes you, Mistopheles. Uh-oh. And she knew what song they were singing and everything. And she picked right up from her cue. It's all right. That's how Dame Judi Dench does it. Was there ever a cat so clever as magical Mistress Mistopheles?
I mean, I still think Macavity is pretty magical.
He's pretty
Might have him
badass.
beat out, but...
Plus, Macavity's an evil badass.
But Mr. Mistopheles did get her from a barge.
Yeah, that he didn't know where she was. Look, they totally want to go at it right now in the middle of the Jellicle ball.
She might be in heat, though.
Look, he's shooting
she's a
cards.
kitten.
So we're going to have to do a verdict at
Those
the
are
end of
cards? Because he cheats at cards?
No, because he's a magician.
Oh.
Now he's playing the
Oh,
instruments.
wow. He
with magic.
really is magical.
Yeah,
now.
now he believes in himself. He pulled off something impossible. As you. Dan, more dancing.
Is he going to bring back any of the other cats?
Well, Deuteronomy is the most important one. He don't care about the other ones as much, I guess. I mean, honestly, would you really mind if they left Jenny, Annie Dots, and Buster for Jones over there?
They got asparagus.
Yeah, you can get Gus, the theater cat, and my boy, Skimble. I would be standing in the corner being, Skimble, where's Skimble? Mr. Mustopheles. She's like, you're the, he's like, you're the magical Mrs. Mustopheles, Victoria. The Jellicles are yowling. Good job, Jellicles. The nose thing is kind of silly. There's a lot of things in this movie that are kind of silly.
Isabella. Hope they're not mean to her again.
Ding, 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 ding.
I think the doors are really that big.
She tricked him. Nobody wants you to. You're a butthead. Whiny bastard. He's not a particularly good villain, even though Idris Elba tries what he can. He's just like, oh, you'll pay. Look at this shit. How many layers does she have? Maybe she's not fat. She just has like 6 layers of fur on her.
Why is that cat on the Macavity side?
He's a bad guy. Oh, of course. Oh, boy. Another pun.
Yeah, she's very punny in this.
Yeah, it's annoying as hell. It sucks. And he's going to do a
hairball.
Yeah, he did that earlier. Spit out food. He spit out food at Victoria in her face.
Yeah, that's right.
Gus scared him into the water.
There you go, Gus.
Jesus Christ. Okay. I forgot about that moment with Gus on the boat.
You haven't seen this for 4 months, right?
Yeah. It's only in my dreams and my nightmares both.
Wow, that's something.
Look at the light on her. It's cool. Looks so kind of purple. Is she gonna sing again? They just had a conversation here like 10 minutes ago. Oh, she's singing her song.
So how come after she sang her the song the first time, Grisabella was still kind of like was too scared to come over?
Because they kicked her out.
Oh no, she didn't want to go over and talk to Victoria? And be like, what a beautiful song. It's all about me. I guess it makes sense it's all happening at night since cats are
They're not
nocturnal, but they're like
they like to go hang out and get mischief.
Corpuscular?
I don't
Which
know
means
what
that they will.
just made that
I'm
up.
not saying that correctly. Corpuscular means that they stay. They keep the hours of their owners, of the keepers. So if their keepers are awake during the day, they're awake during the day taking cat naps. But I guess if they don't have owners, then they're gonna probably just go at night.
If they don't have owners, you mean?
Yeah.
And most of these people don't have owners. Yeah. I mean, which people do we know have family? Jenny, Annie Dots. Most of them seem like the street, like alley cats and stuff.
Probably why they want another life.
Yeah, they're like, this sucks.
Eating out of garbage
I don't want to be in here. Here, so she got so Victoria for people listening,
Hey,
and
you'd stay away.
Yeah, fuck off. I don't know. Is that Cassandra? What's her name? That's not a very good cat name. You need a ridiculous name. So yeah, Victoria's bringing Grisabella in to see Old Deuteronomy to try for the Jellicle ball. There's maybe something I don't want to say.
Oh, is this about redemption? This movie?
Maybe. Are you about redemption?
I'm about redemption, sure.
The Raid Redemption? That's a good movie. That's a great film, actually. So he's telling her to sing. She doesn't know she's in a musical. She's like, by the way, we're all singing in here. So, you might want to get to it. She was singing outside 2 minutes ago. She's like, sing your song. So the thing here is that everybody has a song to sing a story to tell. You know what I mean? It's sort of the thing. So they're like, I'm this fat guy and I like food. I like to be outside and mess around with stuff. I'm very sad. What happened in my life? So everybody has their. Yeah, there you go. This is memory, which I'll try and just gently talk because I don't want to just have silence on the podcast. But I want Kai to be able to kind of hear this. So I don't know.
If she goes to heavy side layer, will she get a new jacket? Because that one looks kind of
She get a new
beat down.
Yeah, she get a bath or something. She looks like she's probably
Kids
kind of.
don't like baths. That's what they use
Oh,
their
that's
tongue
true.
for.
That's true. Well, she didn't. She doesn't. Her tongue is broken. Then she looks all like mangy and shit.
Well,
She
this
get groomed or
Victoria is a
whatever?
new cat. She's a kitten, so she of course looks nice and pretty.
Well, I know, but most of the other cats look like they like lick themselves clean or whatever the hell they do.
How do they lick their? Can they lick their head?
They go lick their paw and then they
Oh,
go
yeah,
like
that's
this.
right, that's right.
How do I know this? You're the one that grew up with cats and stuff. I never had a cat. This is the closest I've gotten to cats. See, she was beautiful then. Now the look,
She's jealous.
bitchy cat is like fine. She's like fine. Maybe I just misjudged you, Grisabella. So, what's your favorite name in this movie? Of all the different ridiculous character names,
I mean, I do like Bombalurina. That's kind of funny.
Bombalurina, yeah. Because she's a bombshell, I guess is the idea. And a ballerina, kind of. Even though she's more the ballerina, Victoria.
Grisabella is kind of a cool name.
Grisabella?
They all have cool names.
No, it's Skimbleshanks, man.
Not really asparagus. That's not really a cool name.
This is kind of an awesome song. And you know Jennifer Hudson was totally on set being like, this is going to be my second Oscar, y'all. This is my Dream Girls all over again. It didn't exactly go that way, but she brings it here as much as she can. She does a lot of the same kind of things that she does in Dreamgirls, though, to your point earlier. She's basically like, look, I'm emotional and sad. And I'm like, yeah, I know, I saw that.
She has had a very tragic life, though.
She has. And she's...
Well,
Yeah, I wonder if
after the Oscar win.
Yeah, I know. I remember. I wonder how much of that she's channeling into her performance here, trying to. Being like...
Yeah, I know. I was thinking that, too.
Being like, I've seen some shit. How am I going to come back from this kind of thing? And putting that into this role here. So do you find this is supposed to be very emotional? Like we're as audience members supposed to be crying right now. How do you feel do you feel any emotion or you're like, fuck this bitch?
I don't
You
feel
bitch?
emotion.
In general or just in this movie?
For the movie.
Why is that? I'm not disagreeing with you.
On her
Yeah,
parade there?
she's helping her along.
How'd you get to be so
It's
nice?
a supportive thing. Because she's been unsullied by the world, Victoria. Except for when that lady threw her in the fucking like alleyway. That's terrible. What a sad way to start a movie about cats. Oh, there you go. Big belting moment. Touch me.
Oh, I wonder how many of these cats want to be pet.
Yeah. I don't know. Do cats like... Not sometimes. I guess they do, right? I'm a cat novice. I'm a cat
Cats like to be pet.
amateur.
Yeah.
Look, she's like to hit them.
I feel like every creature likes affection.
I guess that's true. Right now, you have to stay
You
6
just
feet
don't
away
touch
from
them
them.
on their belly because they'll go.
Why?
They don't like that.
Why? Because the nipples are sensitive? What is that?
Well,
'Cause
male
it's a
cats
d-
don't
okay.
have nipples
Male cat, that's true.
because I
yeah.
think they just get like.
Because it's just like they know it's a vulnerable spot and they're like, are you going to hurt me?
Yeah, maybe it's like
and they
the
get
defense
defensive.
mechanism.
Yeah. Did you see that the bitchy cat was all of a sudden now making a sad face to Grisabella's thing?
I did see that.
Finally, come back around. That it looks a little weird there. The thing kind of looks like it doesn't
It got
mesh well for
white.
some reason. She cried all her makeup off? Pigment? Fur?
Oh,
I don't know
maybe.
what the fuck happened.
It wasn't like that before, right?
So why is that then? Why don't we feel him? Why aren't we like bawling because of Grisabella? Why are we just like, because it's just too weird? Because the movie hasn't earned it? Because we're just told how sad she is instead of really having the movie convey it to us? What is the rationale there? Because I don't disagree with you. I'm just trying to find that out because this should be a big emotional turning point of the movie, and I don't feel like it really is as much as it thinks it is.
Did they cry at this in the Broadway show?
I mean, I'm just saying it's a big emotional moment in the
Oh,
show.
Yeah, I don't.
Everybody else is crying in the movie. I'm saying it's meant to be like like you're supposed to empathize with this character.
I was also, I guess I don't know. I don't really know enough of her story.
Well, you also have somebody talking to you throughout the whole movie. That doesn't help.
Oh, did you feel sad?
I mean, I felt like a little, maybe slightly chills from like the Jennifer Hudson's performance, but not like, oh my God, Idris Elba, I worry about you.
Oh my God, snap.
I got into that.
I didn't know that was going to happen.
She's got the most famous song. You should have. And they do the cat thing where they're like, basically what we call lovies. Kind of, right? Kind of, only without touching.
How come old Deuteronomy doesn't want to go, like, get somebody else to do this so she can then go up in the heaviside layer?
She's wouldn't have happened without Victoria. Good job, Victoria.
You both get to go.
No, Victoria's like, she hasn't even had a life yet, really. She's like supposed to be, like, obviously the youngest here. Oh, there you go. Was to be wanted. Beautiful Ghosts again, reprised there. Unhaunted. She's got snot again. Gross. You remember that part? This is not related to this movie, but it's a much better movie. Remember that part in Birds of Prey when he's like, then Zaz is like, "What about the girl?" And it's like, "Oh, we can let her go. I think we said our, this is a pretty big message or whatever." And then she's like, "Oh, thank you." And it's like, wait a minute, is that a snot bubble? Ew. Kill her. And it walks out. That's hilarious.
In a sick kind of way.
Oh, well, yeah, it's a movie, but it's like, Jesus, this crazy asshole. And then there's we were talking about Birds of Prey, but that's a different podcast. Up, a heavy side layer. Here you go. You get to see the heavy side layer.
She's limping, right? What the hell happened to her leg?
Old Deuteronomy or Grisabella?
Grisabella.
I don't know. She's lived a hard life. Who knows what the hell she's been through? Here you go. You said it.
Yeah, I remember. I think I saw this scene.
In the trailer or something? Which is like spoilers, if that's the case.
I have no idea, unless it was an honest trailer.
Oh, it might have been. It might have been an honest. Did we watch the honest trailer for this?
We might have.
Did we? And we also watched the pitch meeting thing. And
we did, yeah.
Because I was like, there's not going to spoil the plot for you. There is no plot, really. It's just like, they want to be a Jellicle choice. One of them gets to be. The end. Which in a way, you're like, then what was the point of meeting all these other cats for 2 hours if you're just going to pick this one? Like, none of those ever went anywhere? Did you have a lot? Were you feeling a ton of suspense for, oh my God, who's going to be the Jellicle choice? I'm really frustrated. I'm really invested in this.
Whoa. Is that Macavity? Oh, geez.
Yeah, he thinks he's still trying to go. I'm trying to not like the audio be silent. So there's Macavity. So wait,
Is he holding on with his tail too?
Oh, probably. Stupid ass. Were you really invested in who they're going to be the ineffable? Were you really invested in who was going to be the Jellicle choice?
Yeah, sort of.
No, were you really? No, you were not. Really?
Kind of. So
wow, you were more invested than I was.
It like the New York Library with the lion, but I know it's not.
No, it's supposed to be London or something. Jesus, dude. Crazy pants. I don't even know what I was going to say. Is it because if you weren't, it's probably because the movie does not explain at all what the hell that even means, really. But here they go. There's Skimble with his pants, the suspenders. What about Skimbleshanks, the railway cat for Halloween this year? Assuming Halloween's not canceled. Everybody's touching candy. I don't see that happening, honestly, now that I'm thinking about it.
They don't even want us to do handshakes anymore.
Yeah, apparently. Jesus. Like, that's kind of a cool with the sunset, I guess. No?
So what are they going to look forward to now? They have 364 days left till the next Jellicle Ball.
They do. Gus is like, fuck, I'm going to be dead next time we do this.
He didn't even get to see her performance, did he?
Yeah, I think so. I think they were all back there, but maybe not. No, maybe they just found their way back. Oh, here you go.
Oh, no.
She's talking to you. And this is something that should have been cut. This is a terrible addition to this movie. Judi Dench is now explaining to you what a cat is. Now you know there's lots of different kinds of cats.
I think this
cats
is
are very much like you.
Trying to get people to like cats, because a lot of people don't like cats, like you.
No, a lot of people love cats. I feel like it's pretty close with dogs, honestly. If you do a poll, I
Dogs
feel like it
still
would
win.
be, yeah, but not by as much
Not
as
by
you
much,
think.
no.
It's like, what, 50-something, 40-something?
It is very divisive, though.
How would you address a cat? If you're going to have, this is what I think I said somewhere on maybe Geek Your Girl Gab. If you're going to have that at the end, when she says address a cat, you cut it off. You don't have her go on for another couple minutes about cats. She does this, a cat is not a dog. By the way, listeners, if you're just tuning in, a cat is not a dog. This is a big takeaway.
This is from the show, isn't it?
Yes, it is, but it should not be here because there is no any momentum you built up by the big reveal of the Jellicle choice and J Hud going up, flying away, is gone as soon as you have Judi Dench being like, by the way, you've learned about a lot of cats. Did you know a cat is not a dog? Like, no shit. This is what. Plus, not only that, if you're like a lot of people and you're freaked out by this weird ass movie and its bizarre visual style, having one of the most bizarre visually designed cats looking at you and talking to you directly is kind of fucking terrifying. Like, by the way, you've learned. Like, oh my God, she just looked at me again. That was creepy. Now she's telling you how to properly address a cat. You have to bow and take off your hat.
Yeah, why?
Why?
Yeah, why is this movie not over yet?
Stop. Why? Exactly. That's all you have to say.
Victoria looks confused. She's like, why
Yeah,
are we
they're
doing
all.
this?
And he's going to say, oh, cat. They're like praying to the cat or something.
Oh, the lion? That way they're surrounded
They're
by the
saying how
lion?
you greet a cat. You take your hat off. You're like, oh,
I'm
cat.
not doing that to a cat.
No, exactly.
But no, you notice they're hanging around with the big cat, the lion.
Like, look at, I think it's him. Somebody does the cream face. Yeah, him. They're like, when you make the cream face, it's really creepy. What the fuck did Monkstrap just do? He just did like a jolt thing. They're getting excited because she's talking about salmon
Well, they got to do
paste.
something while she's talking.
They're talking about salmon paste, and so they're getting excited by that. Him by his name, but they have 3 names. Which name is it? That was the whole thing at the beginning with the naming of cats song.
She looks like a lion.
Yeah, kind of. And that's why you're in front of the lion. That's good. I didn't even notice that for some reason because I was weirded out by everything. I didn't even notice they're standing in front of a cat statue, like a lion, which is a giant cat statue. I didn't even think of that because I was just like, what is happening?
Maybe she's wearing a coat because she didn't feel comfortable being in a leotard. So those.
But I think the character is I think it's supposed to be make that character more regal. I don't know why Rum Tum Tugger is just a flashy asshole. I think that's his thing. Wow. There you go. Are they done? Are they gonna tell us more about what a cat is? I forget. Look, and then they scamper away because the light's coming out, and they're gonna go find somewhere to be sexy. Victoria Mustopheles has a nice ring to it, and Muckastrap is like, I'm gonna watch from the corner. Oh boy! Congratulations. So Kai.
So
You
she
said-
now belongs.
Yeah, exactly. You sat through this
I wonder
movie.
what lipstick she's wearing.
A dear little cat. You sat through this movie. I believe you truly are a Jellicle cat.
Well, was I blind when I was born?
I don't know.
I have to talk to my mom.
We have to do the checklist, questionnaire. Find the questionnaire for are you a cat? Are you
And
a
sometimes
Jellicle
they
cat?
look like they have
On
fur on their face,
crookedtable.com.
and other times
They
other
look like
cats-
people. Yeah.
It's weird.
So I always
Oh,
thought it would be really funny and like dark and fucked up twist.
It's a hot air balloon.
Hello. Can I say something?
Yeah.
I always thought it would be really funny. Well, always.
And
Last time I
like
saw
a
it.
cat.
And it disappears. Where is it going? Who knows? If that thing like bursts into flames or something, because I sort of said this on Geeky Girl Gab, I think too, that like in Midsummer, there's this big ritual, and these people think they're gonna like sacrifice themselves
Is that her mom?
for
Deborah Hayward.
and sacrifice themselves for this tradition that they do or whatever, right? In Midsummer,
Old Possum's books of practical cats.
and they go into this little hut and they set it on fire and they're like, you're not going to feel anything. It's going to be transcendent experience, blah, 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 right? In Midsummer. And they light the fire and they walk out and then people are like, start to catch on fire and they're like, ah, ah, ah. They're screaming, which means it was all bullshit. The whole transcendent thing was all bullshit. Like none of it was true, whatever. And I always felt like that would have been a hilarious end to this movie. It's like, going to send to the heaviside layer, the thing starts to take off and then like bursts into flames and Grisabel's like, ah, and cut to credits. Which would have kind of almost made sense in this movie because this is such a bizarre movie. Okay, Kai, we're on the credits. We don't necessarily have to stick through all the credits, but I feel like I want to get a like post-mortem on Cats, and that'll take a few minutes. So what are the Cats? You've seen Cats, kind of. I mean,
it was weird and it was not really that good, but I don't see myself being obsessed with this movie after this.
I think I was more obsessed because I was fascinated by it. I was just like, I don't understand it, and I want to understand it. And the cats, again, like I alluded to earlier in this thing, some of the cats are kind of hot the way they dance, and then I feel weird because I know I'm attracted to the human woman that's playing the role, but they're a cat in the movie, so then I like, what's wrong with me? And I like soul searching. But also, some of the music's kind of catchy, and some of the actors I kind of like, and I wouldn't say it's obviously a great movie or even a good movie, but there's a lot of interesting...
It's a movie, though.
Yeah, it's a movie. There's a lot... It's barely a movie. There's a lot of interesting choices that are made that I'm like, I don't know why they did that, but sure, there's Ian McKellen licking cream out of the thing, or Judi Dench talking to us for 3 minutes about, like, how to address a cat and shit like that. Things that should not be in a movie or in a movie. And on one hand, I'm like, why is that here? That doesn't belong in a movie. But on the other hand, I'm like, that's not supposed to be in a movie. And they were like, fuck you, rules. We're going to put that in a movie. And I'm like, all right. Respect, I guess. If you're going to put that in, I don't think it needs to be there, but sure. So any thoughts performance-wise? What works, what doesn't? That kind of...
This song could have still been nominated for an Oscar.
I know, but the movie had such a stank on it by then, I think that the Academy's like, we're not going anywhere near that.
Because it still got the Golden Globe
Robbie
nomination, right?
Fairchild. It did. Robbie Fairchild, Monka Strap and stuff. So yeah, Skimbleshanks is my boy. Stephen McRae plays Skimbleshanks. I'm pretty sure that's a theater guy. I've heard of that name before.
But yeah, I guess because I'm not as big of a film critic like you are, so
Yeah.
I guess I don't really think about those things as much.
Well, you don't write about things like that for a living either. Yeah.
I watch movies and they're not as good. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then,
yeah, but this wasn't, like you said, this wasn't boring. Was it?
no.
Not very. Maybe a couple
But
scenes.
then again,
like,
you were thought His Girl Friday was boring.
I didn't.
Would that classified as a bad movie?
Not necessarily. I think there are levels to that. It's a bad movie to me. Like, it's not something I would rewatch. This I'm going to watch with the commentary because I'm like, what the hell, dude? What was happening here? Because it's interesting. It's like an interesting failure. It's almost like as a student of pop culture, that's kind of my thing too. His Girl Friday is, a very well written script in places, like the dialogue with the main characters, especially. This is not about cats, but obviously you brought it up, so we'll mention that real fast. But I don't think the movie has aged well at all. I think there's a lot of extra overly complicated stuff in that movie that doesn't really need to be there. I feel like you could have simplified it a lot. Whereas this movie, I feel like it's too simple. Like there is no plot, and it's just like song, ending. But you also don't like musicals in general, really, that much.
I don't.
Except for like nostalgic ones like Grease, I guess, and things like that.
In Grease, they at least still have dialogue. West Side Story, same thing. They just sing the whole time, and it's.
That's what a musical is a lot of times too.
But I don't like that. I like dialogue. Grease is a musical, but it technically still has dialogue interspliced.
So you like your music? Well, there's dialogue in here, a little bit here and there, not much.
The tiny bit.
Well, it's like this. Did you like Sweeney Todd, or did you not like that either?
I don't like that movie.
That's like 95% singing.
Like that movie.
They barely talk at all.
The whole plot
Violence,
of that movie.
And it's like dark and like. See, my favorite musicals are all the dark, fucked up ones. The ones with sweet transvestites and man-eating.
I like that one.
And man-eating plants and barbers that slit people's throats and make them into meat pies, and that's my jam. Those are my musicals. You can keep your Sound of Music and things like that. I still haven't seen that actually. I need to watch that.
What's with these musicals with serial killer dentists and serial killer barbers?
Serial killer, a lot of serial killer stuff.
Don't give these people scissors.
No.
Yeah.
Scary. So you've seen it now,
I have
so now you can talk about it.
And I survived.
Do you think it was worth all the crap that people threw at it?
Not necessarily.
Kinda. Not necessarily means maybe.
I think sometimes people just want to hate on something.
It's an easy target because it is so strange and
its movie
different.
had a lot of controversy too because of Victoria. They're like, "Oh my gosh, you're casting him. That's white."
Oh
face.
yeah, that's stupid.
Or that's black.
Well,
she's a
controversy
black girl
from
and made her a white cat. Like because she's a white cat in the play.
Controversy from the same people who are like, "How can Ray have all these powers?" she's a girl. I'm like, she doesn't have any training or whatever. I'm like, yeah, Luke hung out with Yoda for like 2 days, and you guys were like, it's fine. He's gonna hold his own again. You know, I mean, that doesn't make any goddamn sense. There's a lot of double standards and toxic people out there that are just like, and again, it's mostly straight white men who are like, that's not right because blah blah. I'm like, yeah,
Those blah blahs.
Fuck those guys. Look at all the names of all the people that put their heart and soul into this movie, and it doesn't work. But it's like, it's like Toy Story style. Like it doesn't. That's not flying. That's the falling with style. That kind of thing. It's like this movie doesn't soar. It doesn't fly, but it like falls in a way that it's intriguing.
I like your analogy.
As a case study of why did this happen? Why did they think this would be a good idea? And what went wrong? Like what? That's why I have a feeling we're going to be hearing a lot more about that in the future. Like that's why I want to listen to about this movie. Like what was going on with this? And I have a feeling, and this is going to be one of those movies that because it's so strange and out there. We talked about Scott Pilgrim, last year or the year before, whenever. That's a very strange movie. You could easily watch that. You had a similar reaction to that. Like, I don't know, it's not bad, but it's not my thing. Yeah. Because it is a weird movie. It's a strange movie, and I admit that. I love it, like with all my heart. I don't love this. But I like it, and I like it in the way that I think it's interesting, and I find it entertaining, and I like to watch, like talk about it and things like that. I don't necessarily think it's Scott Pilgrim. I think is an excellent film. I think that's severely underrated. But similarly, I think it's very strange and off, and that's off-putting to a lot of people. They just want the same bullshit over and over. And props to Cats for doing something different and trying it. It didn't work, but
in Australia.
Yeah, I guess it didn't work in a lot of respects, but I admire the effort, and I hope that it doesn't discourage people from taking similar risks going forward. I mean, we have the In the Heights movie that's supposed to hit theaters. That's like the next big musical. That's based on the show by Lin-Manuel Miranda, the one he did before Hamilton.
Definitely.
Well, indefinitely, yeah. But that's why I said it's but it's still the next big music. Well, I guess if it gets pushed past December, there's a West Side Story remake that's coming out with Spielberg directing. But yeah, I don't know. That's Cats. The credits is over. Any final thoughts on Cats? Are you glad we watched it, or I'm
glad we watched it so you could stop torturing me about it.
Was it a horrible experience?
No, it wasn't a horrible experience.
Now you know, but now I can be like Skimble, and you're like, yeah, that dude in suspenders. He's crazy, man. Need to give him a call.
Don't be surprised though if you see me now if I look for a pair of red suspenders.
For who? For me or for you?
For me.
You're gonna be Skimbleshanks, Mrs. Skimbleshanks?
All the time. That'll be like my pajamas.
Sure.
And especially with the hat too.
Sure. There you go.
I bet you they will sell that at some point. I'm surprised they haven't already.
Like what? Skimbleshanks costume?
Like red,
for who?
Red,
the three people that
suspenders because of this movie.
I'm sure because there's a big outpouring of people that saw this movie that made like what 30 million domestically or something, and want to dress like the characters. That's
Wasn't
exactly what it is.
Also for the budget, also for all the actors that they had.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure.
And the effects and the sets.
Costs a lot. Judi Dench costs a lot. Taylor Swift costs a lot.
The production design here is very that's very CG. It's very detailed. A lot of those are probably practical sets, and that's like I'm saying. I'm looking forward to looking at some of the special features to get a glimpse of some of that stuff too. So, any final thoughts on Cats?
No.
Before we kind of wind down here, or
I think maybe
close it off. You look like you're about to fall asleep.
One of her daughters is disappointed that she didn't watch it with us.
Oh,
But
for
she
some
also
reason,
didn't want to watch it again.
For some reason, I own it now. So if she wants to see it, I'll put it on for her, even if it's just Macavity scene or something. Do we want to just commit now to Can't Hardly Wait as our next one? Because we keep pushing it.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm going to say. That's going to be when you're like, oh, this part, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I don't, what's happening?
I mean, we're 20
They're in a bathroom and they're like having sex or something?
No,
Spoilers?
22 years after it came out.
Yeah, now we're past that. We talked about it initially in 2018.
About You was 20 years ago, just like a week ago.
No, that was 99.
21.
Yeah.
That's right. Because JGL says something on his Facebook, like 21 years.
Aww.
Yeah.
And I like doing the crooked commentaries on movies that, for the most part, I'm not going to have anybody be like, ooh, I want to talk about Can't Hardly Wait on the podcast because now it's been covered this way. Or something that's so
personal. Wouldn't that be amazing if it happened? Or if they want to talk about the cutting edge, yeah.
Nobody wants to talk about the cutting edge. But yeah, so next time, Kai, I'm gonna put it down in the calendar. Sometime in the summer, especially if we're still in self-quarantine. We'll have a lot of time. By May or June, by like June or July or something, the latest. Something like that. We'll do another one of those. We'll do Can't Hardly Wait next, I promise. I'm going to mark it down. I know I've said this, but it was going to be the next one until I had the Cats idea. And I was like, well, fuck that. We got to push that back. As soon as Cats comes out on Blu-ray, Rob pre-ordered it like a crazy pants from Target. And I got that here, and it was like 2 days ago. So as of this recording. But thank you for watching,
Cats. You've been taunting April 7th for like 2 months.
April 7th. You're like, ah. I'm like, oh, hi, Kai, can I ask you a question? You're like, yeah, what's up? I was like, are you blind when you're born? You're like, fuck you.
But now I know what you're going to say, which makes it even more fun.
Can you see in the dark? No? Jellicles can and Jellicles do. Jellicles do and Jellicles can. Why don't you tell people about your new creative endeavor that you're sort of halfway doing, but maybe not really? What's going on with that? Because talk to people about that.
So you all know about my Be Bold, Be Brave YouTube channel, which is basically just under my name, Kai Yaniz. If I also have a website, bebold-bebrave.com, and that has all my YouTube videos. But one of my new endeavors with that is I don't really have a name yet, but it's basically like silver linings. So the whole idea is it takes something negative, and then you talk about the silver linings with that negative. So the only one that I've done so far where Rob is featured as a guest is about the coronavirus. And we were talking about the silver linings on, the coronavirus and like the self-isolation that's been happening. So I just have to kind of figure out more what I'm doing with it, like the title, an image, and get some more topic ideas. And so.
Did you say where people can find that? What the channel is?
Well, the channel is just under my name. It's kind of.
That's Chris Stuckman's under his name. What does that mean?
I don't even know if it's under my name. I think it has like a lot of other characters in it. But you could definitely find it find me on my bebold-bebrave.com website. You can also find me on Twitter at the Vault Key LLC. And I'm on Instagram and Facebook. And yeah.
YouTube.com, Kai Yaniz channel, and
yeah, I think if you just put Kai Yaniz in, I'll probably
K-A-I.
My videos will just pop up. Yeah, Zakia.
Yeah, coronavirus shit is real. So definitely check that out, and it's good that it's kind of a good transition. It's kind of a good connection too that your thing is about silver linings, because I feel like I tried to look at the silver lining with this movie a lot.
You did,
and I was like, this doesn't work, but look how cool the background. So. Cats is a movie. If you've listened to this and not seen Cats, you should probably see Cats. As Kai can attest, seeing Cats and hearing about Cats are two very different things. Am I right?
It's true.
So you definitely experience Cats for yourself. It's on demand and all that stuff. And that'll be all for the Crooked Table podcast this week. Kai's about to pass out. And we'll be back next week. And we actually have the next few weeks of guests either recorded or lined up. So there's going to be a lot of good stuff coming up. And you can find those crookedtable.com, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that good stuff. So till next time, I've been Rob.
And I'm Kai.
Thanks for listening. Meow. If you're interested in joining me on the show to chat about one of your favorite films, head on over to crookedtable.com/guest. Or you can consider supporting the show at patreon.com/crookedtable. Of course, you can always find more podcasts, reviews, videos, and other movie-related goodies over at crookedtable.com. Until next time, this has been the Crooked Table Podcast, and I've been Rob.
This has been a production of crookedtable.com. All rights reserved.
CROOKED